Hey, what's up, guys? We're back again to see if your decks are trash or treasure. So this stream is entirely just using your guys' decks as soon as I play my first game and people flood into the chat. And I'm excited to see if your guys' decks are worth playing, A lot of times when I jump into ladder games, we're going to be playing against good players, so we're going to be able to test out if your decks are going to be suitable for ladder or for ladder pushing or climbing up ranks. Because a lot of times what happens is if you're playing the wrong deck, even if you're good at the game, you're kind of capped on how high you can get. So I'm going to definitely try to help people out as much as I can today. And yeah, let's see what we can do. This guy's going to end up having a Ice Wizard and Goblin Gang. So he's probably running a similar deck to us, not the exact same thing. I'm going to go Skeleton King off on the side, and then we can go in for a Mortar to go and pull. The reason why I like this deck so much is it's got pretty decent answers to almost everything in the game. With the Skeleton King and the Skeleton Barrel, it functions that even if they kill your offensive threat, you have another one right back at them. And then the other good thing about this deck is you have Ice Wizard with Cannoneer. So you can slow down and damage down most things in really cost-effective manners. This is why it's like an S-tier deck, and it's no surprise that someone on ladder is also playing the exact same strategy. So the Spear Goblin should get shot at before it gets a hit, usually, but I guess the Cannon card allowed him to get that hit. He's not going to pop the ability. It'd be kind of silly with us having other cards nearby. So I'm going to go probably Spear Goblins here and then Goblin Gang and try to spread the love here, Try to drop as much as I possibly can. If we get arrows from him, it's good. We're able to deal some damage, force out a Goblin Gang, and now he's in a pretty inconvenient card cycle. Sure, he's going to be up a little bit of damage, but it is what it is. I like the card cycle that we have a bit more. I'm going to go Skeleton Barrel to get the evolution. We want to be spamming evolutions as much as we possibly can. It seems like this guy is going to eat a ton of damage, so that's exactly where we want to be. If he mortars, we'll drop a defensive mortar. If he doesn't, then we'll chill. Yeah, we'll drop our defensive mortar here, and then we'll go in for a Skeleton King. Definitely going to pop the ability, and he does, as expected. So he should be good here with an Ice Wizard, honestly. I don't have to worry too much. Ice Wizard will slow down his mortar. Plus, with the Skeleton King, I think we're going to kill that. We can go Spear Goblins on the right side. These are the type of games that are a little bit annoying, because obviously playing a mirror matchup is not what you want. You want to be playing against someone with a different deck, so it's just more fun. Otherwise, people like this will just sit back and relax the entire time and never really play that aggressive. Well, I guess this guy's a little bit different. He did get aggressive. Surprised by that, to be honest. Most of the time, they don't. Anyway, we're just going to go for arrows. Unfortunately, our cannon card does die. I think it's better for us to go Goblin Gang here, mirror his Goblin Gang, and then essentially use our Skeleton King to counter push the other side with a Revolution. So we'll see how this goes. I think this will probably be pretty good for us. And we'll throw down a Skeleton Barrel as well and see how this goes. Because stacking 2 evolutions is very, very scary for him. I'm going to pop the ability if I can. And it didn't go down, unfortunately. It is still fine for us, obviously. But I was kind of hoping we'd get more than that. I'm going to go Ice Wizard when that thing gets closer. Get arrows and then Ice Wizard too. I think that's probably going to be our best possible play here. Clean up the skeletons. Our mortar's actually dying. Man, this guy's just playing so defensive there. Well played, I guess, on his end. We'll see what we can do. I don't like losing these types of games ever. Especially mirror matchups when, we are just trying our hardest to play our best. But it can't always work out if people play really, really, really defensive. It's going to be difficult to get options available here. I'm going to go Cannon Cart, and then maybe we're going to go for a Mortar here so we can get offense as well. We'll try to do 2 things at once. It's not going to be the easiest thing, but it is possible. Going to throw down an Ice Wizard. We should kill his stuff. And even if he does that, we can go Spear Goblins and then Skeleton King on top of most of the skeletons on the left side. The only difficulty here is I don't have Mortar in cycle for his... no, I do. I should maybe get Mortar back. I want to spam more Mortars to get the evolution for sure. We're going to pop the ability a bit earlier. See if we can kill the Cannon Cart. Go Goblin Gang on the right side. Your Goblins are basically cooked on his end. But he does have the Skeleton King, so that's a problem. That's not a card that we want to see ever. I think if we use Cannon Card, it's just going to be more damage, so let's use that. I have to go Ice Wizard here, don't I? Otherwise, we lose the Cannon Card. Can't lose that too early. Playing way more defensive now, which is good. Try to do this. We throw down arrows on this. Drop another Mortar. Maybe go Skeleton Barrel afterward again. It's just difficult playing against players like this because, man, almost all the cards have been down defense here. Oh, this is bad for me, obviously. I have to go, like, Ice Wizard, but I didn't. I think I fumbled, guys. I think I fumbled. We lost the mirror matchup. Feels bad, man. Obviously, would really want to win this one, but you can't take W's every game, I guess. There was like a chance that we were able to make something happen, but he's just gonna drop a defensive mortar. He's just gonna get us. I don't like I don't like mirror matchups for that reason. A lot of times, like you can get a little bit of cheeky chip damage and then just hold it for the rest of the game. We'll say GG and we'll go to the next one. But yeah, this is probably one of the best decks in the game. We did lose the mirror matchup. This guy played well, but also at the same time, man, boring game. I'm always hoping to get like more so different matchups so you don't play against the same exact cards, because if there's defender's advantage and you're fighting on your side of the arena, you almost certainly will have an advantage if you just drop defensive mortars when you're up. But yeah, it is what it is. Thoughts on New Furnace? I actually haven't even play tested it, man. Oh, yo, SirTagCR. Thank you for the donation, and we'll test your deck out right now. We're going to do it after we do the first person that messaged in the chat, though. The first person that messaged in the chat, no matter if your donation or whatever, we always do that. The very first person was LC Wise 5087. He says E-Giant, Mega Knight Evolution, Evo I-Drag, Bats, Tornado Princess, Skeletons, and E-Spirit. We'll definitely check out your deck right now and see how that goes for us. So with Electro Giant and Mega Knight in the same deck, I do think that if you are playing both of these, it is going to be difficult to get a good card cycle for that because the cost of your cards is so dang high. I would not play both of them. If I had the option, I would pick one or the other. But obviously, we're going to see how your deck functions, and we'll see if it surprises me. Here it is. Number one fan. Oh, you were the first person, so thank you, man. Hopefully you're having a good day. Yeah, I am having a pretty good day, Manny. I just ended up playing a lot of pickleball, so it was a good time. You do have Princess in an Electro Giant deck, which is interesting. I think that if you're not running like log bait with a Princess will not work. It definitely has to have log in there. Log bait, like maybe a Goblin Gang, maybe something along the lines of a Wall Breakers or Goblin Barrel, but you can't really fit Goblin Barrel in there. So the fact that you have Princess and you have Skeletons, this doesn't get logged. You should have a Goblin Gang in there if you're going to be running something of the sort. That's the main issue that I see right out of the jump, besides like the card combo. I would say that the structure of the deck, if you are putting a Princess in the deck, it definitely needs other bait elements. Maybe we'll be able to bait people with crazy shenanigans, and I'm kind of hoping for that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. This is your deck. We're going to try it. Thank you for being the first person to comment on the video, man. I really appreciate that. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I had an awesome day starting off the day with pickleball. It was pretty fun. And yeah, I wanted to stream for quite a while with you guys and maybe do a second stream later. We'll see how it goes. I'm the Princess Bridge just because I think that it's important to get him to spam into us, especially if we are playing a deck that, with Princess, I assume that you're not able to necessarily stack up too many because the opponent will probably just log it if they have log. If they're a log cycle deck, like maybe like Fast Cycle, Firecracker, like Mighty Miner, that type of stuff, you definitely need to be ready for that. It's going to be difficult because you'll never outcycle their log. You have such high cost cards. So one of the downsides, again, is no reset besides Electro Spirit. So the Electro Giant is a reset for a lot of stuff. It does not reset Sparky, though. We'll see how this goes. It's definitely going to be bad, though. We should get Bats, maybe. Put Electro Giant other side, and that won't get pulled. So hypothetically, if he spends his Elixir on the Electro Giant, we might be able to get a good trade here. So that's what we're going for sure. I'm hoping that we get a great trade with the Inferno Dragon, Princess here, and then maybe just get enough damage that we don't necessarily care about this other stuff. Go Skeletons and Electro Spirit, that should counter. Or maybe just the Skeletons itself. They'll pull the Mega Minion. Wow, that was so much better than I ever thought it would be. So yeah, your deck, I mean, the Bats are fine with the Inferno Dragon and then the Princess because it gives a bait element. You also don't necessarily have a way of breaking through buildings. If your opponent's good, I don't think they're going to give you an opportunity to get like a ton of damage with Electro Giant. Fortunately for us, this guy does not have a building. So that is a big benefit for me. He's definitely going to get a pig. It doesn't necessarily matter that much, though. And I think it might be in our best interest to go for an Electro Giant here with the Inferno Dragon. It is going to be difficult for him to counter. He's probably going to Sparky, but I'm kind of okay with it. So with the Inferno Dragon, we might be able to get a lot of damage. We'll see how it goes. I do think that that is one of those cards that is super hard to stop if you don't have E-Wiz in your deck. And remember that most of these decks that are having Sparky, they're going to have Electro Wizard or they're going to have Mother Witch. Bro has Mother Witch. So he does not have Electro Wizard in his deck. He is definitely going to lose that card. And I'm just kind of outplaying him really hard here right now. Identifying his deck and knowing that he didn't have answers, so that I can go Mega Knight here because he's going to have like Goblin Giant. That's not going to be a great answer for him either because the Mega Knight's going to be tanking, so then the Bats will get a lot of damage. He had to spend a lot more than he would want. Now we know that, again, he doesn't have a good card cycle. he has to probably Mother Witch into this and Sparky. We can definitely go in for Electro Giant on the other side. Now we know that he's going to go in for Mini P.E.K.K.A, so I'm going to go Electro Spirit, then I'm going to go Bats. I'm just going to try to get onto that Mini P.E.K.K.A as fast as I can. Heck, I could Tornado that further back, then he loses the Mini P.E.K.K.A before it kills my Electro Giant, so then I might just completely win the game. So this is the level of gameplay that I like to play. I didn't necessarily play that well in the last game. I genuinely just think like I get bored in mirror matchups and I play worse. I don't know. I won with your deck, and I do think that the mortar deck is significantly better. So if I were to make changes in your deck, I would not be playing this order of cards. I would 100% pick either an Electro Giant deck or a Mega Knight deck, and you pick which one you like. It looks like you're more geared towards a Mega Knight deck because, let's be honest, you have a lot of log bait cards. You have a lot of bait cards in your deck. That's fine. With an Inferno Dragon, this looks like a Mega Knight deck for me. So what I would do is I would do this. I would put in the evolved. Man, I mean, you do have that. I think I would do something of the sort like this, and then, or even Skeleton Barrel. Honestly, depends on how hard the nerf hits. I don't think it's going to be that hard. I would do something like this, and then I would probably put in, if you wanted to keep your deck like semi-similar, and then I would just take out the Electro Spirit possibly, and then put in a Prince or a Mini P.E.K.K.A, probably a Prince. So to make your deck a little bit better, this is a deck that would be a lot better than yours currently. I don't think yours is that good, and I'd probably even put in a Goblin Gang in there. This would make the deck just better. It wouldn't make it phenomenal, it wouldn't make it overpowered, but it would make the deck more functional, and it would make you have higher likelihood of winning more games. Having the Electro Giant with the Mega Knight doesn't really work because the Mega Knight won't bait out buildings as often as you would think. A lot of times they'll just activate King Tower with it if they're at a higher level. And another thing that Mega Knight players will actually encounter quite often is you drop a Mega Knight and then it gets shut down by some card that's just cheap. So it's unfortunate. It's just a reality of the deck. Yeah, hopefully this helps you out. Your deck currently is probably rated around 6 or a 5. But if you do this, it's going to be like a 7, 8, 8, 5, you know. It's still a good deck if you do that. Anyway, we're going to be going through all the donations right now, and then we'll go back to some free-to-play ones. Thank you guys all the time for being here as well. I love you guys, and I really appreciate all the support. Also, all the donations, all the money here is going back into the video editing. That's just how I do it. Editing costs are subsidized by creator code, and then this. I do this like once a month. Helps out quite a bit. Thank you guys. And then also all the sponsorships that are my main source of editing money. Without the sponsorships, I'd actually be cooked. 100%. So if you guys ever see sponsorships, especially shorts, if you do, just drop a like on those or whatever. That helps me out a lot. All right, so this deck is Evo Cannon, Hog Rider, Firecracker, Earthquake. I actually have not played Berserker very frequently. I do think that Berserker is an underrated card, and it is a good card too. I don't like playing against it one bit. All right, you have Demolisher in there. That's wild. All right, so let's test it. I think Demolisher is a good card. I think that's fine as well. All right, so this is a Evo Cannon, Hog Rider deck with Earthquake, Firecracker. Firecracker is going to get a nerf. Her recoil isn't going to be as long, so that's going to be cool. I don't like Firecracker as a card conceptually. It's not very fun. Let's go, let's go. On to the next one. So Little Den. We're going to go Hog Rider here. I do think that if we go Skeletons or something, it'd just be weird. I'm going to Valkyrie, which is 4 elixir wasted, so that's always good. And we're going to get 3 hits, maybe? Damn, he actually just took 3 hits like a snack. If we go Demolisher against this Valk, it's obviously the best trade we can get. So we're going to go and clean that up for an even trade, and then we're also going to get counter push. This is definitely a Lava Hound deck, by the way. I saw Skeleton Dragons and I saw Valkyrie, so there's not much else that he could possibly be playing. It's going to blast back. Oh my gosh, that's so broken. That is so unfair. That is straight up criminal behavior. Let's do this. Try to do dual lane pressure, because then he sees the Berserker and he overcommits. And then the Firecracker probably hits his tower here, because it'll flash on to the Demolisher, or sorry, the cage. And we're going to let this go. I think if I log, it kills. And then I can go Berserker and pull this back, or I could go Demolisher at the bridge. Personally, I like winning cheaper cards. Just me, though. And it's pretty fast, so I'm going to stop the Inferno Dragon. I'm going to go Skeletons in case he's got something. Maybe he's a Wild Child. I want to cycle Firecracker early and then just Hog Rider early as well. The reason why I do this is I want to get back to another Firecracker. I don't trust this guy. I'll probably go like Skeleton Dragon or something on Firecracker. Yeah, is it? See, I'm going to get back to another Firecracker because I did that. I can go Demolisher. It cleans this up. It's better than a log because I get counter push here. I'd rather get counter push than do something silly. All right, we're going to go Berserker and pull that to the other side. By the way, this matchup sucks. Bro's got arrows, Lava Hound, when I do not have any anti-air responses besides Firecracker. Like, he 100% counters me. I think we're better, so we'll see if we win. Well, I know I'm better. Let's be clear. If this game is close right now at all, I am definitely a lot better. We can go Hog Rider here, and then probably Demolisher middle. This is going to be tough because I do lose this matchup if I can't, like this matchup is 100-0 in his favor. If I don't get a Demolisher on the tower, I do lose. The other difficulty is the matchup is so skewed in his favor that he just needs arrows, the Firecracker, and then I'm kind of cooked. Like, that's it. That's literally my only anti-air response. That dying sucks for me. I hate everything about what's happening here. This is bad. I mean, this is just really awful. A cannon's just so useless. I think I'm just going to cycle back to another Firecracker and try to damage this down, and then maybe go Hog Rider. Pull everything back a little bit more. He's got another spell. That's beautiful. That's fun. Full family. Alright. So I'm going to have to log here. I don't even think I'm in a good spot remotely. Of course he has arrows. Back and cycle. Fun. Alright, so we should lose this, honestly. I don't see a universe where this is, like, even remotely fair, as I said. The Inferno Dragon probably locks on my tower and I can't kill it, so game's over. Yep. Alright, if we go drop this... I can't win, guys. It's literally not possible. So I'd say, like, if there was a defining thing that I would want to change... I super wish I had a different air response. Like, even a Tesla would have allowed me to win that. Like, oh my gosh. Like, anything besides Firecracker that's get arrowed. This slows me down a lot. Honestly, I think Mighty Miner is probably better than Demolisher in this matchup. I mean, essentially what you're doing is if you're playing this deck, you are straight up agreeing to automatically lose to Lava Hound. I played so much better than him that game. With counter pushing, keeping the Firecrackers alive, there was literally nothing I could do. If you play against an Arrows Goblin Cage deck or I guess if they have Tombstone, you could win. But if you play that, it's straight up impossible unless they have 0 brain cells. So I would say that the Demolisher slows down the cycle a little bit more. If I had Ice Spirit, I think I might have been able to win. That would have been nice. Having Tesla instead of Cannon, but I guess you're just forfeiting that matchup. Even Mighty Miner would have been nice because I would have had the bomb, right? Dang. I don't know. This is such a bad matchup. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Ice Spirit instead of Berserker and then Mighty Miner instead of Demolisher. Because I've never seen pros play this deck with Berserker and Demolisher. I felt like it just slowed everything down a lot. Anyway, I do think it's a good deck in other matchups. Lava Hound is just the deck that you don't want to be playing into. So it's kind of unfair if I rate it low. I still think it's like an 8 out of 10. I think you literally just RNG'd into the worst matchup imaginable. So... it is what it is. It's still an 8 out of 10. It could be a 9 out of 10 if you had Mighty Miner and Ice Spirit. I would have won that game if I had a slightly faster cycle, but I did not have that. The Demolisher is cool and all, but it would have been nice. I hope you're having an amazing day. Evo Witch, Firecracker, Golden Knight, Guards, Dark Goblin, and Royal Recruits. Yeah, I'll check that out. You also, Werewolf Gaming, thank you for the vibes. Appreciate you a lot, man. All right. We are also at Unranked because I haven't been playing. I've just been kind of chilling and having a good time and waiting to do this stream with you guys because I don't really want to push up and then lose all my medals if I do, like, you know, suggested decks. So kind of decided to do that later. Maybe I'll do a stream later tonight where I just push up and climb up all the way as far as we can go. That'd be kind of fun. Maybe I do 2 streams today. Depends on how long this one takes. All right, we're going to grab Guards. Oh, I also have to record some other videos today, too. Why? I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff in the books. We'll see if we can get it all done. We'll see. All right, we're going to get recruits in here. And then we are also missing Knight. Dang, Knight in there is wild. I can't... No, it's just regular. It's Golden Knight. My bad. I got to figure this out. You got Evo Witch, Firecracker, Arrows, Guards, Dark Goblin, Golden Knight, Royal Recruits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You literally gave me 7 cards. All right, so I'm going to put in an 8th card. Sometimes that happens, I guess. I'm not going to put in the Knight. I'll put in Fireball, or I'll put in like a big spell, because I assume that's probably what you do. I mean, we're missing a Wing Condition. I can't play a deck without a Wing Condition. I'll put a Wing Condition in. So, also, if you're playing like Royal Recruits, they should always be evolved. Otherwise, they're just kind of bad. They're pretty easily stopped and countered. I'm going to put in Suspicious Bush, so I have like a shot at winning this game, because I definitely need to have a Wing Condition here. So this is like a better version of your deck, assuming that you had like a Fireball or something in there. You got to have a Wing Condition. Otherwise, I can't reach towers. Maybe you had a Ram Rider or something. I'm not sure. But I would, if I were to put a card in your deck, since you did give me 7 cards, I would definitely put in that. Also, it feels weird to like not cycle Royal Recruits first play, but it is what it is. I can't because they're not evolved, so there's no point in me cycling it. Yeah, interesting. All right. Also, there's some other decks I missed. So there's other donations and other things that I did not say thank you for. So I will say thank you. I will I will read your donation, and I will also play your deck. I'm sorry, guys, if I missed things. I am very, very sorry about that. Gonna try my hardest. You replace Firecracker for a Princess. I would definitely not replace Firecracker for a Princess in this deck. I think if I did that, that would be bad. Firecracker's fine in Royal Recruits because it gets splash damage when there's a lot of chaotic stuff going on. Anyway, it feels bad to play a Royal Recruits deck without a Royal Recruits evolution. Like, it feels really bad. Doesn't feel right, you know? We're going to get a hit here. There's not that much damage. I think Suspicious Bush usually in the back is best, but when we're running a non-cycle deck, it might be better played at the bridge. I'm going to go Goldeneye here as well. I could pop the ability. I want to keep the Witch alive a little bit longer. I'm not necessarily going to be super aggressive here. I don't think popping the ability would be that logical because it would just go into the Ice Spirit. And the Witch just cycling to the evolution is nice. He is actively giving me as much value as he possibly can. This is awesome. You can cycle Royal Recruits in the back, but again, like, they're not evolved, so I'm not getting that much value out of it. I think the Firecracker should just be regular Firecracker and not the evolved one like this. I bet you had Skeleton Barrel or something in the deck. That's crazy. Just missed it. Alright, so if we go Dark Goblin here, it does end up hitting the cannon, and it's going to just kill it. Unless he logs or drops a spell, and he fireballs, which is awesome for us. So, we're going to have Firecracker on that to kill the cannon. It probably hits the tower, actually, from the other side. It definitely hits the tower from the other side, right? Oh, is it going to activate King? It does. That's kind of unfortunate. I thought it would activate... I thought it would hit the tower. My bad. Just got Drill. This is interesting. Going right into the Goldeneye. I don't know why he's upset. He's definitely got a good spot here. And the Evo Snowball is so unfair. It's actually just S tier. We're going to go Royal Recruit to the bridge. I am going to go and cycle the Witch evolution and try to do something with 2 evolutions. Generally, whenever you're playing decks in general, you want to have your evolution stacked because it's way harder to defend then. We're going to pop the Goldeneye ability. It will reach tower probably. And then we can go Suspicious Bush, Dark Goblin, all that stuff. We can just spam everything. Man. Yeah, your deck's offense just isn't that good, to be honest. I stacked up 2 evolutions and I didn't get much. That is sad. If I had Royal Recruits evolution and Evolve Witch, maybe it would work. But this Firecracker just doesn't feel good. Alright, so... there's a chance. I mean, there's definitely a chance. I'm going to go Dark Goblin here. Try to separate our stuff so we don't give him too much Fireball value. Like, he has to be like a moron to lose this, by the way. With the Evolved Cannon. It's so good. It's so good, man. It's so good into this. Like, I really hate playing against Drill. I hate playing against Drill so much. It's actually just broken. The Drill Snowball evolution is so broken right now. It totally needs a nerf. So shout out to this guy for building a really good deck. It is super smart of him to build this or play this. I think he just copied off someone. But, like, this is one of the best decks in the game that he's playing. If you guys want to copy a deck. Like, his deck is super good. Especially with Evolved Cannon, too. We're going to cycle another Witch, and then maybe kill the Skeletons and keep the Dark Goblin alive a little bit longer so that I can kill the cannon. Fine. It's not, like, the best or anything. It's really not great. Because if he drills me, I'm kind of cooked. I just don't think he's going to lose this. He's not stupid. He really isn't. He's going to win. This is a 100-0. It's just actually impossible. Well, he just missed the fireball, so maybe he loses. Like, you actually have to just like whiff a fireball and evolve Firecracker to lose his matchup. That's like the only way. Your deck doesn't have like it truthfully doesn't. Oh, I still might lose. That'd be hilarious. Nah, he's gonna lose somehow. But that's a 100 matchup. Like straight up. I mean, we are really low rank, but he was playing well until he wasn't, until he missed the fireball. I guess like maybe like, you know, he was just like driving in the car or something. I don't think he's a bad player. I think he just missed the fireball, so feels bad for him. Like I don't know. That's crazy work. Your deck, like even with the suspicious bush, this just sucks. Like you need to have evolved royal recruits. If you don't have charging royal recruits, they're so slow and so easy to deal with. Unless your deck is kind of flawed. Shout out to one of my mega drafts that you guys will see. I lost to non-royal recruits, but it's just, it's so bad. You definitely want to do this. You said your evolutions, so I played them as you requested, but you have to, and I mean absolutely have to put the evolved royal recruits. It doesn't work without it. It doesn't work without it. And then this is maybe an okay deck. I'd say like I'd rate it maybe a 7 out of 10. It's viable with the evolved royal recruits. Without the evolved royal recruits, this feels like a 6 or a 5. It just feels so flaccid. It feels so easy to defend. The regular royal recruits just don't put on enough pressure. That's the main problem. Also, thank you for the $5, man. All right, Xavier Weber says it's time to rate my deck. Evolved Dark Goblin, Evo Goblin Barrel, Recruits, Miner, Skeleton King, Arrows, Goblin Machine, Goblin Gang. I got you, man. Also, thank you for the donation. All right, so we have Evolved Dark Goblin. We have regular recruits again. Oh my god, you guys are gonna kill me today. Don't do this to me anymore. Yo, guys. don't give me the regular royal recruits. I'm gonna have a generational crash out. That's hilarious. Also, if you have like multiple win conditions, take out this miner. It shouldn't be in the deck. You're already gonna get damage with the Goblin Barrel and recruits. The miner is just a worse, like, everything. Especially after the nerf. Like, this should not be in your deck. If you have enough support cards with your royal recruits, especially evolved royal recruits, you can pressure so the opponent doesn't have enough elixir to defend, and then your cards that are able to attack and do defense are significantly better than the miner chip damage that you're gonna get. Like, I don't even like playing miner in mortar decks anymore, just because it doesn't do that much damage, and times people will ignore it. If they're running Elixir Golem, they don't care. But they can't ignore Skeleton Barrel. Like, they'll have to respond to that. Does that make sense? Where, like, you want to play cards that force responses out of opponents because everyone plays really dumb. Everyone all-ins all the time. So if they all-in all the time, you want to punish the bad players for all-inning all the time. You don't want to have this card in your deck very frequently. Like, I think for lower level people, Miner is probably one of the worst cards to put in your deck. Like, I genuinely do not think that is a good card for a lot of people to be playing at lower level. Even like, I would say until like top 1000, I think that most people are carried away with how good Miner is. And it's not that good of a card for a lot of people. I think that, especially in this meta, you just get cooked by people going all in. And then I can't tell you how many times people literally just do not care about miners. They look at it, they laugh at it, and then they kill you. And it's very sad. It's very sad. I hope this was Mighty Miner, but you said Miner, so I will play it as you said. Anyway, the deck other than that looks good. This just looks awful. Even if you put in a fireball, I would be kind of happy. And then this should be like this. But it is what it is. I like the Goblin Machine. I haven't seen Goblin Machine in any other decks besides Elixir Golem. I think Goblin Machine deserves to get more love. Also, unfortunately, we are playing against someone with a Dire Duchess. That absolutely sucks, but it is what it is. Maybe we can get some damage. We get 0. Unfortunate. Skeleton King. Also go Goblin Machine so we take less damage. Hopefully we take like none besides the death damage. And then we have a miner, so maybe this will do something. It's right into a mini P.E.K.K.A. Got a scuffed. I'll just pop ability. That's a Mega Knight. That's insane. I think I lose. I think I probably overcommitted. We'll see. If I can kill the mini P.E.K.K.A, we are not cooked. The mini P.E.K.K.A goes in front, we're fine. And it does. Thank God. Alright, so these are good reroll recruits because they will kill pretty much everything. And I'll have to arrows, I think. Or I can go Goblin Gang. It's a little bit more spicy because the arrows do not give us counter push, whereas the goblins will. So I like doing that instead of arrows. Then we have the arrows for the Firecracker still. It's a super silly card. Firecracker is just so fun for everyone to play and miserable for most people to play against. I could drop a Goblin Barrel. I'm just down elixir, so I don't want to do it. I want to request a deck donate. No. I will also be doing a lot of people's decks that are not donating, but I have to do the donation ones first because last live stream, it was 5 hours, and I did everyone's donation message eventually, but it felt really bad. Like, I don't want to have another live stream where I do 5 hours, and then I don't get to everyone's donation message. If that makes sense, like, I am obligated to do all the donation ones. Like, I kind of have to. So I'm going to prioritize to do those, and then I will go to all the other ones afterward. I still do the first one at the start, but yeah, I don't want to have a 5-hour live stream, man. So I got to make sure that if someone pays money to do something that's on the stream and in the title, then they get their thing, because otherwise they're just going to call me a scammer, and then I feel bad, and then it's like, yeah, you know, I can't do that. Can't have that happen again, man. So that was like literally, I don't actually, it wasn't even 5 hours. It was 5 hours live stream, and there was like another live stream afterwards. So got to make sure that I actually prioritize doing that. Then the stream doesn't take 5 hours, because I was doing it every other game. I was alternating back and forth, and then it took forever. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure, you know, why or the rhyme or reason of it. It should be fine. I mean, I can just go Goblin Gang on the left side, right? And then I row recruits at the bridge, maybe. Can I even afford to do that? I mean, this just sucks that the row recruits are not evolved. It just hurts my feelings. And he's got Mega Knight, and I can't pop the ability. This is gonna suck. I don't know if I'm able to. Okay, thank God. Ability's back. You can kill the Mega Knight. Sure. Even if the Firecracker hits, it doesn't matter. That matters, though. That matters a lot. And that hurts. What am I doing? Such a goofy goober, guys. Gonna get another hit. I hate my life. That was just bad gameplay. Those were such a bad arrows. I got damaged, but it's just like not a good decision. I like overcommitted completely for that. Alright, so I fumbled this game. My bad. I have to stop this from crossing, then I can do this, and then I can go Skeleton King, and then I have to get the arrows. I don't even think I'm able to defend this. I just played poorly. GG. So that's one of those matchups where I do think I should have won, potentially, but I just hate your miner, bro. Like, it shouldn't be in the deck. That was definitely an overcommitment on my end. I could have won, but this is just a very bad card to have in your deck. Like, it's just awful. It's so bad. I'll show you like the version of the deck that makes me happy, or just I'll make a better version like 1 second. So let me show you guys. This is good. This is trash. And when you're having this and you're having Skeleton King, you might as well run Skeleton Barrel, even if it's not evolved. And then the miner, it shouldn't be in the deck. It should literally just be Suspicious Push. It's just, this is significantly better. We'll play a game with it just because I want to show you how big of a difference this is going to be. I will actually feel in control of the game, and it'll feel really good. I can't stress that enough, how much it triggers me to play unevolved row recruits. They're so slow. They don't do anything. And a lot of times, if your opponent's running like a Mega Knight and Dagger Duchess, then they're going to kill your row recruits before they even like get to the bridge. Like, I get to the like halfway through. It's just, it feels awful. These, cycling them right now, the only reason I'm cycling them is to get the evolution. That's the reason why people cycle it. Alright, so this is unfortunate. This guy's got Goblin Stein. He's going to have like annoying deck for sure. It's going to be a Firecracker Hog Rider deck, which does have matchup advantage into this, but it is what it is. Also, you always have to think about, like, what am I getting? I think the Goblin Machine, like, the reason why it's not in these decks is, even though it's a cool card and it's a good card, it doesn't necessarily, like, do much with row recruits as much as you would assume it would. A lot of times it's just, it's there and it does things, but it doesn't necessarily give 5 elixir worth of value. More often than not, you're better off dropping another bait card that your opponent has dropped spells on, so then you get more value from it. So that's just one thing that I've realized in Clash is, like, a lot of times people will run a card and they'll think like, oh, this is going to give 5 elixir value. If I had dropped 5 elixir of bait cards, I think I would have gotten way more value from that than what I got there. Anyway. We're going to go arrows on the Hog Rider too. Activate King Tower real quick. Skeleton Barrel is not evolved, so it's not like necessarily the best thing in the world for us, but it doesn't really matter that much to me. I can go row recruits back, and then I can build a big push. I can go for Suspicious Bush in the back, and then go row recruits. A lot of different options for me. I feel really happy about like our spot. The Goblin Machine again, it's like a 5 elixir card. It's cool and all, but I much rather drop Skeleton King. Like this is not giving my deck that much extra utility. Still a cool card, but there's a reason that a lot of people are running like Mighty Miner because it's a better answer against Hog Rider, for instance, if you wanted. It's just a better card in general. It's the quality of card is higher, at least in cycle cards, cycle decks. So yeah, look, the Royal Recruit's charging. Look at that. You see a big diff? That's big diff. That's big diff. That is such a big D. That is such a big D. Yeah, I know what I'm saying, guys. All right, we're going to go Eris here. And then he just loses that, and then we go Goblin Gang. And then our stuff is isolated, so he doesn't get the trade that he's looking for. We'll go Skeleton Bro in front of that. See, like, having the extra, like, layers of... So, the other Royal Recruits decks that... or not Royal Recruits. They're the bait decks that didn't have the other support. Like, you need to have support. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. This deck has a lot of support, so it works. It's functionally good. But the cards like the miner just tickles the freaking tower. Like, there's really no reason. It triggers me so much. Miner is a very, very bad card in Royal Recruits. It's worse in graveyard decks. It's worse in graveyard decks. But yeah, I think I would have won very decisively in the last game if you just gave me Evolved Royal Recruits. I did not have Evolved Royal Recruits. I had the... what was the evolution? I don't even know. I don't even remember. But it wasn't great. This is like Evo Firecracker, right? But yeah, switch your deck to this. It'll feel a lot better. You'll win way more games. And the miner's getting nerfed. So, like, maybe swap out the... Like, I would probably swap out Machine for Fly Machine. You have a different machine, just have a better one. Even Firecracker works, but, like, yeah, the Goblin Barrel is just a bad... Like, it's okay. It's not a terrible evolution, but... It's better to have other evolutions that make more of an impact in your game and then run another win condition. You don't need this win condition. You don't need the Evolved Goblin Barrel, but you do need Evolved Royal Recruits. So you can't skimp out on that. You can't, like... Yeah, you can't. So your deck like this is like a... I don't know. It's really... Just because this, it's like... It's really lower rated. It's like 6. And then this would be like an 8, I think. The miner and the Goblin Barrel are just not needed or even good in the deck. And also, arrows are good to kill firecrackers and all. And arrows are just like universally awesome. But zappies are getting a buff too. So like you should like look at the cards that are going to be better. And try to stay away from cards that are unimpactful like miner. I just hate miner. Alright, so yeah. Next one, we got Snoop Dogg, Wizard, Zap, Miner, Little Prince, Healer, Giant, Mega Minion, Bomber. Alright, got you. Let's run it. Let's run it. Also, I'm not playing any more decks with unevolved Royal Recruits, guys. That's my last one. We did too many. We did 2 already. We have illustrated why that doesn't work, and I just want to show a game of like switching someone's deck and making it better because I've got too many unevolved Royal Recruits decks today. It's actually awful. It's really, really bad. They kind of gutted Royal Recruits from the standpoint of like just being weak against most ranged cards. So you definitely need that. It's cool to have Healer, though. We'll see how that goes. Damn. We have a thick amount of donations today. Thank you guys for all the donations and also just watching the stream in general. Why you hate Miner so much? It's just bad. It's just like people ignore it and then it doesn't do a damage and then you lose the game. It's really like most of the meta is people just dropping Goblinstein or not Goblinstein. Most of the people in the meta right now are just awful and like all in all the time. You want to make sure that your deck has answers to them when they all in. And you also want to make sure that your cards are things that opponents have to respond to. You don't want cards in your deck that are just like... If you think about it, like holistically, if someone drops a Peck in the back first play, you don't want to drop a Miner in their tower. You're just going to ignore it. Like seriously, it's that big of a diff. Like it's pretty brutal. Pretty brutal if that happens. Alright, so we have Zap, Miner. Oh no, we got Miner in the deck. Okay. It's not bad in this. It's not bad in this deck. I'm okay with that. I just think like in Royal Recruits decks especially. It's fine in like Control-esque decks, but yeah. This is okay. I don't think the Healer should be in the deck, but not super awful. I don't know what the other evolution is. Did I just run it with one evolution? It should be with Bomber Evo. Oops. It is what it is. Sorry about that, guys. Could be Bomber Evo in here. I'm playing with one Evo. Maybe I can still win. No, I'd win. Why are they nerfing it all the time, bro? For the memes, obviously. Not really. Oh, we have Evo Zap and Evo Wizard. No, we have 2 Evos. We're fine. We're fine. We're chilling. It's a good Zap, I think. We should kill it. The miner does function well with Evolve Zap, and it functions well with like support cards where it's able to snipe things. It's just like not my first choice, you know. That really not kill? Oh, I'm a moron. That was bad. I'm a little bit of a clown, guys. I'm a little bit of a clown. Clown behavior here only. Clown behavior only, baby. A bad miner, but maybe we can get something from him. Maybe he'll like... Oh, wow. We got an absolute cannon. That's hilarious. That was 2 elixir and we forced a cannon out of him. This guy does not manage his elixir well whatsoever. That was really good. Holy hell. That was an awesome king to activation into that. Alright, we can set up Giant back. He's going to go Hog Rider right now in the right side. That was obvious. I think the wizard stays alive and probably stays behind if we can go battle healer here. A little bit scuffed, but it's fine. You need the wizard to not get cooked. Did not play that perfect. Play that pretty poorly. Die. Nice. The difficulty in this matchup as well is like if we're playing against multiple ways to kill our giant, it's kind of bad for me, obviously. I'm gonna go bomber bridge with the Mega Minion. Maybe we can do something. I hope the Mega Minion locks tower. I think it does. I think it's gonna do 10 million damage. I don't think this guy really understood the Mega Minion was a problem here. Even though he has matchup advantage, he is getting fried. That was a terrible little prince ability. Looks like I'd probably lose, honestly. Rough out here. And Evo Cannon is broken. Yeah, I just lose. Unless I'm somehow able to kill the Hog Rider, but it shouldn't happen. Winning a bridge battle would be kind of crazy. Let's die, though. Why is he... I don't know if I needed that. I definitely didn't. Completely overcommitted like crazy. He's gonna Earthquake cycle me. It hopefully doesn't do enough. I don't know. Earthquake log? Wait, does he get cooked faster? Dude, he actually lost. That's hilarious. There's no way. He's top 400 player, too. That's wild. So, I did not expect to win that. I don't really have good Hog Rider answers in my deck. I don't have anything that kills Hog Rider. He's top 400, right? Damn, that's crazy. I'm so glad we beat that. That was decent. I don't know how we won that. Yeah, that's wild. So I guess the Mega Minion damage early did a lot, and then I guess my little prince mess up. I didn't drop it directly down the middle, but I was scared of firecrackers. I don't know. It's fine. That was a win. Your deck definitely needs some changes with the battle healer. It's a cool card, but you don't have like Electro Dragon or an extremely annoying card that you're keeping alive for forever. I mean, if there was an Electro Dragon in here, and it looked like, if I'm being real, if I'm being candid, you definitely need something that you want to keep alive. Maybe a Spirit Empress even. Let's just cook for a sec. Let's cook for a second. Not complete cookage, but assume Spirit Empress just continues to get buffed, right? It becomes a real card. Maybe the Miner should be in the deck. Maybe the Miner should be in the deck. I don't know. It's going to get nerfed. I'd probably put a Fireball or something instead. Honestly, if it was me, this is what I would do. I don't know if this is silly. Maybe the zap is nice. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. I think we'd probably do this. And then... Potentially... If you wanted to keep the battle healer and just do something gimmicky. I don't know if this would work, though. Like, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not completely convinced this is even a good strategy, but... If you really Giga wanted to keep your battle healer stuff working, like I assume that's your concept is like a tank with a battle healer as a fun thing to play. And you want cards that are useful and like you want these to stay alive. They have a high health bar, so the battle healer actually it can keep it alive and it makes sense, right? The deck still isn't great. This is like not a good concept. It's gonna be bad, but you have an adaptable card here that can either be a ground card or a die card to kill a lot of stuff. You could put Wizard here instead again. I don't know. It's just, personally for me, or Evolved Inferno Dragon, honestly, it would probably be better. Then you don't have any way of killing the Electro Dragon if they have Inferno Dragon. Sorry, if they have Electro Dragon, you can just lose if you have Evolved Inferno Dragon without Fireball arrows. You do something like that, and then Evolved Inferno Dragon. Like something like this would probably cook. We could try for a game, but we don't have that much time, so I want to just move to the next one so I can get everyone's decks. But yeah, I would play something like this probably. I would switch your deck a lot, and I wouldn't play the same one that you're playing currently, because I don't like Battle Healer with cards that there's no heal value. You're keeping a Wizard alive. Like, Wizard has no health. You get literally nothing. All right, so next one. Where is it? All right, yeah. So Stickland, Evo Cage, Evo Mortar. Damn, that's wild. All right, I'm about it. Evo Cage, Evo Mortar. By the way, I'm not playing any unevolved Royal Recruits decks. They're just too bad. If you guys do donate with that, I will rate your deck as a 6 or something, and I'll move on. I'll be candid with you guys. I just, I don't want to go through that thing. I know there's going to be some Royal Recruits people. You'd have to donate a lot. I don't want to play it. And also don't do that. Don't donate a lot. Just, you know, do not try to force me to play that deck. Goblin Gang, Goblin Barrel, Mighty Miner. Where is it? There it is. And then we're missing Mighty Miner and Firecracker. Where's our Firecracker at? Where's our homie? I think she's already in the deck. All right, nice. We want Goblin Gang, Log, Fireball. Okay, we're missing Fireball. Where is it? There it is. And we're also missing Mighty Miner as the last card. Not a bad deck. Not a bad deck. I honestly, like, look at this and I'm kind of happy that you didn't put crazy cards in there. This is cool. This might be the best deck of the day so far from everyone that's built one. Like, I think that the Hog Rider Firecracker Earthquake one, like, is probably better than this, but I think that's, like, not really homemade. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. The Firecracker Hog Rider deck and this are probably the two best so far from just, like, looking at it. We'll see how it goes. I like all the concepts. I like the Evolved Goblin Cage, too. It's fun. Yeah, I don't know. I like Goblin Cage a lot. It's a fun card to play, and maybe with Mortar, you're going to have 2 buildings, so... Unfortunately, you don't have many anti-air responses, so that could suck against Lava Hound, but you have Fireball against Skeleton Dragons. One of the reasons that Goblin Cage is so broken is you can just passively cycle it instead of dropping cards in the back, and the opponent is just like, wait, I'm not going to drop things into that. And if they do, then it's just like they're giving you a pause elixir trade. And if they don't, then they're just wasting and leaking elixir. A lot of times when they see Goblin Cage, they don't even know what to do, because it's just one of the worst cards to play into in Clash, I would say. It's probably one of my least favorite, to see someone go Goblin Cage in the back, and then just like sit there and watch it expire. Because this is like not a bad card, you know? It's not awful. Alright, we're just going to log here. It does kill the Goblin Hunt. Mostly, I guess. Definitely a Lava Hound deck. So this is a tough one. This is what we were worried about. I don't have many anti-air responses at all. This is going to be Arrow's bait for sure for him. But he's not taking. He's not taking it at all. I don't understand why he's not taking. Firecracker's still alive, though. A little bit of a conundrum for him. We get Mortar here as well. I mean, he's just got a straight Lava Hound that I have sitting here with an evolution that doesn't do as much here. But it is what it is. It is part of the game. You know, sometimes you get cooked by Lava Hound when you have no anti-air response. Yeah, this is literally what we didn't want to mash into for sure. I think your deck is good unless you match into Lava Hound. It's the exact same thing. You guys are a huge fan, or a lot of y'all are huge fans of running decks that have no anti-air response besides Firecracker. It's fine and all. It's good until you play against Firecracker. You go Cage here and they get a Goblin Gang down for some Spear Goblins, maybe. It's bad, but it's what we got. It ain't much, but it is honest work out here for the Goblin Cage to fireball this. Fine. I mean, we're going to clean it up, but it's not great. Not a fan of how this one has been going. Our Spear Goblin staying alive is kind of clutch, though. It will deal damage to the tower, and his answer to the Spear Goblin is just like non-existent right now, so that's that. Firecracker early forcing arrows, because he's going to arrows this. He's going to kill the guards for sure. Guards out of cycle is diabolical, though. Ooh, Goblin Gang other side, too. He's gonna have to arrows that, right? He's gonna have to arrows that. Can't just let that go. He's probably just gonna let that go, though. Ain't work. Yo, give me that fireball though. Easy. Might work. Yeah, he's gonna arrows. He's gonna arrows. I hope they don't stack up too close. Dude, if they do. Oh, yes. Hell yeah. Mighty Miner. If I win this matchup, you guys... I don't know. I don't even know what to say. This shouldn't be possible. It might happen, though. I click ability. I don't even have to, bro. He's torched. That's insane. I can't believe we lost this. This shouldn't be possible to lose. Yeah, I'm still triggered that I lost the other one. Because I definitely played so much better. But, man, that's wild. So, this shouldn't happen. I guess the Fireball helps a lot more than the Earthquake in the last matchup. I mean, the Lava Hound should just break through and deal damage. And he should set up Lava Hound pushes in the back when he, you know, can actually defend instead of just dropping it. But for the most part, if you're playing like a deck like this, you do want to have a little bit more anti-air response. Whether it is like an Ice Wizard instead of, you know, another card. I think Ice Wizard is a little bit unfair. I'd say it's super, super silly unfair. So I would probably make a slight adjustment and not necessarily take out the Firecracker, but it feels kind of bad. It feels kind of bad to remove the cage. The cage was cool and all, but you have Mighty Miner as well. Like you've got Mighty Miner, you got cage, and you got mortar. I feel like there's just too many I feel like there's just too many cooks in the kitchen, you know? But I'd probably do like this, swap this out for an Ice Wizard, and then I'd feel good about myself because I have more anti-air defense, and I feel like I can defend most things. That's what I would do personally, but it's up to you. Evolved Firecracker does slap when you have a lot of other arrows bait, and I like the Goblin Barrel with the Mighty Miner because the Mighty Miner is a really good tank. I like Goblin Cage though, so it's tough. You could also do something like this, where you are using the Cage Brawler, and then a different tank would possibly be this. And then you swap this out for like a Skeleton Barrel, which is basically the exact same stupid deck that you see everyone play, right? The Spear Goblins and everything and Cannoneer. But I don't know. I think this would be fun. I'd play this. I'd rock this. I'd rock this deck. And then, yeah, I mean, I think it would probably work. You know, personal preference. I think having the ability to have Ice Wizard a little bit more offense that way is just better. There's just better cards. They're higher quality units than a Mighty Miner on offense. Mighty Miner can be ignored a lot of times and then just distracted by something in the middle, where the Skeleton King sure as hell can't. Anyway, thank you for the deck, Stickland. It's not bad. It's like a 7 or 8. I would say probably an 8 if I had to rate it. But yeah, it's not the best. It's just, you know, it's a fun deck though. I like I think out of all the cards that people underrate, you think Evo Goblin Cage is up there. It's definitely super underrated. Out of all the cards that people do not play, it should be played a lot more. And you can passively cycle it as a first play and not get punished in more times than people would expect. And the counter push that you get with it is huge. Like, it is very, 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 very annoying to either cycle things into it or have to defend it and just sink elixir into the opponent. Wow, this deck is interesting. I feel like you didn't create this, but I feel like maybe you made like 1 or 2 changes to a regular deck. I mean, most Royal Recruits decks, when they're optimized, are pretty similar. I like the Fireball plus arrows because it does kill Electro Dragon. I hate that card. So Goblin Gang Wall Breakers. Mighty Miner, Fireball. Please give suggestions for improving. Yeah, I got you, man. 100%. I'll try to help as much as I can. I like helping you guys out with your decks because everyone will get better ranks if you have a deck that makes more sense. And we're missing a card. Goblin Barrel, Goblin Gang, Arrows, Mighty Miner. Sorry about that. I'm stupid. I'm a moron sometimes, but it is what it is. I'm a silly sir. All right, there we go. That's the deck that you described. I don't think it's bad. I think this is really, really good. Yeah, I mean, I can't complain about that. Let's see how it goes. I guess like one of the #1 tips I can give you is if someone goes in for an Electro Dragon or something, like I'll show you hypothetically. Like we go Royal Recruits back, they defend, and they go for an Electro Dragon. They won't have that much elixir if they Electro Dragon. So what you want to do is you want to apply pressure in the other side, potentially a little bit, and then snipe the Electro Dragon. But you snipe the Electro Dragon using your Dark Goblin, and they won't be able to respond to it. Also, this guy just took 10 billion damage, so that's awesome. That's still on his tower too. I'm gonna go Dark Goblin here and be okay with it. And wall breakers to pull this back maybe. I just fumbled really hard. Not a loss just yet, but pretty darn close, honestly. We'll see what he can do. He played that really well. I don't know who this is, but it seems like they're a good player. Oh, that Dark Goblin staying alive for a century is awesome. Honestly, well played. I don't know who they are, but they actually played that pretty well. I was finally able to get 10k with my deck. Give me some pointers on to know what to get better. Yeah, I think like the number one thing is like if you're playing decks with evolutions, you always want to be cycling your evolutions as much as you possibly can because they're built-in free elixir collectors. You're gonna get elixir advantages from them, and if your deck isn't like something that has massive advantages from your elixir collector, sorry, from your evolutions, then you need to reorient your deck. Like your evolutions should always feel impactful every time. Yeah, this guy's playing well. Kind of frustrating. Just gonna arrows here and eat the cannon card, I guess. Because we still had like a lot of damage on this side, and I kind of like that for us. And the wall breaker doesn't connect. That's brutal, man. Got a ton of damage there. It's okay. It's okay. Like, I'm not gonna complain too much about that. Our opponent did outplay us. We deserve to take that damage. They played very, very, very well. This might not even be a deck thing. It's just probably a outplay issue. The evolved Dark Goblin doesn't function very well here. Oh, he's forcing out the recruits to charge into that. That's bad for me. I love how Mortar misses, though. It's funny. Mortar's really talented at missing. What can I say? I think the wall breakers just connect. Barely, but they do. A lot of damage. Probably take the entire tower, honestly. I'll do just arrows, fireball, take the tower. Kind of content with that. I don't even know if he takes. I don't think he does. I don't think that reaches. GG. Very good player. That person was good. I don't know who the hell they were, but they were good. They played very, very well to start. Or like when they got that damage, they just played better than me. I did cook them at the end, but I don't know who that is. Yeah, top 2,000 player. I recognized it, you know? I knew they were good at the game. That guy was good. That guy was good. He made one good play there. Like one really good play. Anyway, it is what it is. Sometimes you do get outplayed. That Skeleton King bridge when they knew that I had a low amount of elixir, that was a good punish. Most people don't have the gall to do that. Like you have to kind of be a lot more on point to do that. Oh, guys, I didn't notice. This is cooked. This is cut. I don't know if you see, but there is a massive crack in my water. Oh, geez, I'm not gonna drink out of that side. Wonder what happened to that glass. Maybe like one of my friends dropped it or something. Maybe just glass just cracks. Who knows? Rip my water. It's dangerous. I don't know if you guys remember, but I've had cracked glass episodes before. It's not fun. All right, so yeah, I would rate your deck probably like a 7 out of 10. 8 out. It's like, it's a 7. It's not bad. Actually, I just don't like Mighty Miner that much. I might be biased. I might just be biased on that. I'll say like 8. I'll say 8. I just don't like these cards as much as other cards. They don't put as much pressure on as often. And the Mighty Miner often feels like bad in certain situations where it can't kill like a Hog Rider fast enough. So then the Hog Rider gets damaged. So I rather orient myself more on offense than that. I think Goblin Barrel is a card when it's not evolved is just weak comparatively to like Wall Breakers, Skeleton Barrel, or specifically like Suspicious Bush. I think Suspicious Bush I choose over Goblin Barrel almost every game I can. Just because the amount of damage it does. And if you're able to pair it with spells like a Fireball, it just feels a lot better. I mean, your deck's not bad. I think like I'm just biased on these cards. I think your deck's synergy works well. So I probably wouldn't change much about it unless you wanted to like have the Dark Goblin snipe Mighty Miner counters like Electro Dragon. So if you're like dropping Royal Recruits and they drop Electro Dragon, you want to pressure the other side of where the Electro Dragon isn't, and then you snipe the Electro Dragon with the Dark Goblin, so then they can't use the Electro Dragon and counter push and kill you. Stuff like that is really how you improve and how you get better. A lot of times people will just like Fireball arrows the Electro Dragon, do a -2 trade, and then like lose the game. Fireball arrows on Electro Dragon is good if they stack up Electro Dragon with an Elixir Golem and other stuff. But if it's a solo Electro Dragon, don't do anything stupid and try to like kill it with the Fireball arrows. That's like my #1 thing that I see a lot of like lower level Royal Recruits players do, is they just full send stupidity. And it's like, it's not okay. You want to always take better trades. You can snipe an Electro Dragon with a Dark Goblin that's 3 Elixir and spend less Elixir in the process and cycle to your evolution. It is so much better. So that's like my #1 tip that I would give you, is try to snipe units with a Dark Goblin at the bridge when the Royal Recruits are coming up to the tower, your opponent's side. Try to snipe things with that Dark Goblin. That's like the best way of improving. It'll take your game to an entirely different level if you use your Dark Goblin correctly. All right, next one is Brain 4Boy 40 or 400. E-Giant, Sparky, Ice Wizard, Barbell, Tornado, Goldenite. I got you guys. I got you. I got you. We got E-Giant up in here wherever it is. Sparky, Ice Wizard. I mean, this looks kind of fun. I don't know how good it's going to be, but it does look fun AF. ISO. We got Sparky up in here wherever it might be. We got Goldenite, Elixir Golem, Goblin Cage. What are you doing? What are you doing to me, bro? What are you doing to me? You gave me 2 win conditions. Oh, my God. Push a double Elixir, Sparky in the back, then E-Golem, E-Giant behind it, then Goldenite. Oh, my goodness. I feel like this is the most mid-ladder thing I've ever seen in my life, but it's going to be fun, hopefully. Dude, do you not have evolutions? Do we not have evolutions here, bro? At least we have Goblin Cage Evo. We have that. What? I need another evolution. I'm going to switch a card out of your deck if you don't give me 2 evolutions. How many cards do we have? All right. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You do have 8 cards. I guess I'll play your deck with 1 evolution. It's not good. It is really not good. This is giga bad. It makes me giga sad. I mean, I can't be like shaming the fact that you're not going to spend money on the game or something, but you got to give me another evolution, because the way I see it is, even if you don't have evolutions, you want to play a deck that can work to have evolutions in the future. You feel me? You want to always build a deck that you're leveling up that has evolutions in the future. That is the problem. If you don't have that, it's going to be cooked. So we want Goldenite in there as our last card. I'll play your deck as is. Just want to let it be known that you should definitely have evolutions. Or like, let's say you level up all these cards in your deck, and then you're sitting there, and then the Elixir Golem doesn't get an evolution for like 2 years, or these cards don't get evolutions for 2 years. Then like it's fine when you only have 1 evolution, but it's not fine when you hit 2 evolutions. Like, you're gonna get a free Archer's evolution, right? You're gonna get all these free evolutions. You should always be able to play like another evolution. It's a free Elixir collector, man. I'll do it, but not happy about it. So building up a push and double Elixir with Sparky, I guess could work, but obviously I'm not going to be cycling anything. The cost of your cards is so dang high that I'm not allowed to. If I cycle costly cards, I'm just going to lose. So we'll see what we can do. We obviously want him to cycle a Valkyrie or something. We'll just wait until double Elixir. If he doesn't cycle something, then I'm just not going to do anything. My card that I have selected is a Sparky, obviously, because it kills Valkyries and Knights. And then if I'm up Elixir, I will Elixir Golem, and I will all in. But it's just, we don't know if they're going to hit that or not. These zaps, I'm still not going to respond. It doesn't matter. Zapping out of cycle is actually good for me, because if he spams into us, we now get Sparky value. If he has Zap Rocket, then I'm kind of cooked, but I don't think that would be the case. You are definitely going to go for Sparky into that Mega Minion. I think that is definitely better than doing anything else. I think that this is now awful. Yeah, we don't have anti-air responses. We just lose. Kind of hoping it wouldn't be that. Yeah. Yeah, we're dead. Unless I pull off a miracle here with an Electric Giant, which is possible. Yeah, he's got Fireball for the Ice Wizard too. This guy is just cooking. He is Captain Cook. Yeah, I'm so cooked. I do pull that to the King Tower, so I played that perfect, but like I can't do anything more than that, man. I made a decision based off of what we were given, and we got what we got, you know? I have to eat the Mega Minion, because if I'm not up an insane amount of Elixir, I'm dead. It's just one hit. It's not going to be the difference between me or losing, winning or losing this game. And I have to go opposite lane. The issue here is he's going to have air cards. You did not give me any air counters besides the Electro Giant. So your push is in double elixir, Sparky in the back, then E-Golem, and then E-Giant behind it. You want me to E-Giant behind the elixir golem? I will do exactly as you said. See if this works. Oh, I actually did not do exactly as you said. Honestly, it's better if the Electro Giant kills the Skeleton Dragon. So maybe that was a smart play. Maybe in this specific spot, I think that was the best it could have been. I literally did it differently, but it was better. Well, the Knight's going to put in a lot of work. We're going to have to Sparky Bridge. And just keep going. I can't believe that kind of did something. I mean, that is doing something, but again, I have no anti-air response besides another Electro Giant, so we'll see. If we just eat that, and then E-Giant again. We probably want to do this. Barbarrel. Want to kill all that? And we Elixir Golem again? And we Ice Lizard? There's no way this works, guys. No shot in hell. It never work. But if it does, it'd be awesome. We have to Electro Giant again into the Skeleton Dragon so they die. Oh, man, this is just insane. I do not know how we're still in this game. Dude, there's no way. We don't actually have any evolutions. He's got Fireball, too. I can't kill that. I have to just all in at this point. And he's gonna go Tombstone, so I can't kill it. Yeah, I mean the comp is like not awful. Like if you use Elixir Golem, Electro Dragon, or Electro Giant like that, I honestly was surprised by how much damage I was able to get. I think the combo is not bad. I have to eat my own words. The combo is not awful. Like if you Electro Dragon, if you Electro Giant with Elixir Golem and have this big push, a lot of the big cards will die, and then you might just win. But the downside of your deck is you have no anti-air. You're going to lose the Lava Hound like 9 times out of 10. Even if I am better, there was no way that I could defend that at all. We are probably unranked, right? Yeah, we're not even ranked. So if I'm top 1,000 and losing there, that's bad, right? That's bad. That shows that the deck should not be like, if I'm actually trying, that the deck is not great. So I would say you definitely need air cards because there's no way to outplay that. There's no way to outplay that. Even with the big push and trying to 3-crown, it's likely not going to happen unless they mess up a lot. I would say probably like you whatever evolutions that you get for free, put them in the deck and maybe take out Goblin Cage because you have all these other cards like Sparky and Tornado. You can activate King Tower Tornado. You can kill things with Sparky. You can use Electro Giant on defense if you need to. I just don't see room for this. If you're going to do something like this, you need another air card. So I don't even know. What evolutions do you have? Like, I don't know what evolutions you get for free, but you need anti-air responses with an evolution. That's what I would do. Maybe Archers, potentially. Straight up, like, you're going to get Archer's evolution, so that's coming for free. So I just do this, man. And then you have Fireball bait with both these, I guess. That would be something. That would be so much better. Like, if we had 2 evolutions. Oh, wait, we have no evolutions now. Oops. Can't really get rid of that, can we? We got Goblin Cage already. Oh, damn. What am I doing? I can't really remove Goldenite. I'm trying to build something like semi-safe for you. But you can't remove Elixir Golem because that's part of your combo. Logistically, what you would probably do is this. And then you use Archers on defense against the Goblin Barrel. Like if they go Goblin Barrel, you go Archers in front of your tower. And there's 2 Archers in front of the tower. So then the Goblins hit both the Archers instead of your tower. And I feel like this deck is way more all-in, so you might just be playing like that instead of using Barbarrel. I don't know what else Barbarrel would help you for. I guess like cleaning up units that are in your Sparky's range. That's nice. Ah, dude, maybe the Goldenite. Remove that, potentially for the Barbarrel. That's your combo, you know? You like having that in double elixir. I'd probably do this, honestly. If I'm just being candid because you want the second evolution. Or if you could fit another evolution and somehow these other things get in. I think the Goblin Cage is the most disposable card. And then, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you have 2 evolution slots, but it's difficult to cook with this deck because the combo is just so crazy. Hopefully that helps. Maybe skeleton dragons instead of archers for another air defense. But you definitely need air defense. I think I would play this for you. Based off of your deck and your cards available, this is what I would probably do. And I'd probably remove the Golden Knight. Yeah, the combo's not great, but like it is gimmicky and it is fun. Especially if it somehow takes a tower. Create a subreddit. Yeah, I should. I think my friend did, and then I just never used it. What's up, Jake? And also, Kale, thank you for the donation saying that. What's up, Jake? Mirror is broken. No, it's not. And it works after playing a champion again. Oh, I didn't read the full sentence. Could you play my deck and cheese people in single elixir? Yeah, I got you. It's Evo, E-Drag, I-Drag, Evo Cage, Mirror, Golden Knight, Electro Giant, Tornado, Barbarian, and Lightning. Yeah, I kind of mess with that. That sounds fun. Obviously, like you said, cheese, so you know it's like not an OP strategy or anything, but it seems funny. Let's see how that goes. Got Barbarian, Lightning. So I assume that the way that you cheese people is you Electro Giant, and then you drop a Mirror Electro Giant because they're not ready for that. So I'm surprised that they did that. Let's see if it works still. They might have fixed it. You never know. It's going to be hard to cheese people in single elixir, though, with Mirror, because I probably won't be able to afford it. Like, if I'm playing this deck, I probably have to play it the correct way and do it in double. Just to be candid with you. It's going to be really hard. Unless we get a good Electro Giant and we somehow, like... I don't know. It's possible. It's possible for sure. It's like... We'll see. We don't want to be cycling the first card with this deck, though. It's too heavy. Like, if you're playing Electro Giant, you don't want to be cycling it. I'll try. I'll see if there's opportunities to cheese them. Okay. So, yeah, into a Cannoneer, I literally just can't Electro Giant right now. So, after playing a champion, that's what happens. Oh, it's looking like it's probably like a mortar deck. I don't even know, though. Let it go, and then we'll go for Knight into that. I guess this is easy King Tower activation with the Tornado, but I messed that up. Maybe I could still do it. Probably possible. But still King Tower activation. That's fine. I'm going to click the ability. It reaches tower, right? Oh, it doesn't. That's crazy. The Fisherman out of cycle is actually diabolical. That's so good for me. Straight up E-Giant into this. I think that's our best play possible because he doesn't have the right card cycle. Then I just mirror it again. I mean, this is bad. This matchup sucks. Bro has like Fisherman with this. Does he have it back? Does he have Fisherman? He probably has Fisherman back in cycle. I don't want to show mirror yet. But I also don't know. Yeah, I think I just have to send it. If I have Barbaro and NATO. Is he actually just knowing that I'm going to do it? Oh, that's so triggering. That's so triggering. Or maybe he doesn't know and he doesn't care. Is he that good? Are we at ranks where people know that my card cycle is X, Y, and Z and they respect it? That might be a possibility. Kind of unsettling that he knew that. And I'm just going to go in for a dragon and eat the damage. That's super upsetting. I had NATO, I cycled Barbarrel. I was ready for him to do the dumb thing, and he didn't do the dumb thing. I'm just dead. I'm sorry, man. This matchup was terrible. Truthfully, I did not expect to play against someone that had a Goblinstein, Evolved Archers, and Cannoneer. Fisherman. Like, that's just crazy work. I'm just so dead. There's like nothing I can do. I wasn't even able to pull it correctly. That matchup's 100-0. That is a 100 million 0. I'm sorry, man. I tried. This matchup was not winnable for anyone in the world. You give Mohammed like this matchup, he loses this too. There's really not. There's nothing. There's literally nothing you can do in this one. The Cannoneer plus Fisherman is crazy. With Evolved Archers. That is freest thing ever. It's fun. It's just like, you got to get the matchup for it to be fun. That is criminal behavior, bro. That is criminal behavior. We had no way of killing evolved archers besides arrowing. Sorry, besides like lightning them. Cool deck though, dude. It's trendy. I think that there's not much changes. There's not many changes I would do. I would say that you probably want to cheese people more frequently in double elixir though. That's my only suggestion. Obviously, you can't change the deck. You need to have champions in there. The cost of the cards has got to be high. There isn't much else you can do. All right, so the next deck, we got Evo Goblin Giant, Evo Zap, Goblin Machine. Let's run it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Evo Goblin Giant, Evo Zap. And I'd say your deck is probably like 7. You know, it's cheese. It's not like a standard 8. It's not as good as like a solid 8 deck. But, I mean, it could work. I just don't think Electro Giant Mirror is good unless your opponent has one building and they're relying on that one building. And then if they have a slow card cycle, the next one is like going to cook them. I guess if you do it in double elixir or triple elixir, they could cycle multiple buildings and then you're just going to lose. But I think that's the thing that you're scared of, right? Especially triple elixir. You're never going to be able to outcycle their buildings. Even if you have Mirror Electro Giant, it's just silly. Part of the game. I guess you could lightning the building though. Spirit Empress here. What else are we missing? We're missing Spirit Empress. We're missing Electro Wizard. Not bad. Goblin Curse Bomber. What the heck? This is wild. I'm here for it though. I think Goblin Curse is just a really good card, so. Evo Zap, Evo Goblin Curse. Oh, if you guys didn't know, there's a lot of interactions that work with Evo Zap and Evo Goblin Curse. Versus just regular Goblin Curse. So it makes it a lot better than you would assume. Like, it's one of the best card combos in the game if you're able to get it successfully. You can kill barbarians and fly machines. So, just something to understand if you don't know. Now you know. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. So Bomber is 1. Goblin Curse is 2. Electro Wizard is 3. Spirit Empress is 4. Goblin Machine is 5. Evo Zap is 6. Evo Goblin Giant is 7. You didn't tell me the last card. I'm going to just put something in. I forgot to say Chef Tower and Lightning. Okay, cool. I saw your thing in the chat. Thank God. But yeah, most of the time, like if I don't see your stuff in the chat, I only saw you in the chat because you're a moderator. Like, it's very difficult. It's very difficult for me to see those messages and like fix it. I got better with your Bush Bandit deck with 1 Evo. Yeah, I mean, you can play 1 Evo. It's just going to be a worse version of the deck. Like, I wouldn't recommend it. That's literally the worst matchup I've seen in my life. Yeah, dude, I don't even know how I was supposed to win. Like, I actually, like, I don't know. Like, I'm sorry, Trendy. That matchup was awful. This is unlucky. Like, I can't even say any bad thing about your deck. It's just like, the only thing I'd recommend is like doing it in double elixir when you said single, because you're not going to have the elixir for everything. Trying to cycle the Goblin Giant of Evo, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm going to just straight up Goblin Giant his butt right now. The cannon's dead. This is a little bit risky, but I'm about it. Yeah, this is bad. If I zap, I'm just cooked. Maybe not. We go Goblin Curse. It's not going to do enough damage. I want to have enough elixir to build up a bigger push here. We also have Spirit Empress. This is fine. I can zap on the Musketeer. Just deal less damage to the tower on the other side. And cycle. Because I was going to cycle anyway. Going to Hog Rider me, and it's not going to be good. Not going to be a good time. You obviously want to align the Chef Pancakes with cards that matter, but it is what it is. Goblin Machine by itself is kind of funny, but maybe we could just Electro Wizard here. I don't know if I got down. I did. Let's go, baby. Dual lane pressure. Wait, he fumbled. He fumbled. He lost, I think. The dead cannon. Electro Wizard's still alive. Even if he activates King Tower, it doesn't matter. That's so much damage for us. Zap here for more damage. Your Goblin's still alive then. Musketeer's dead. The game's over. Yeah, this looks really good. Honestly, this looks like a really good deck. This, at the same time, dude, Like, I don't want to say, like, wow, this is such a good deck. Because you got Goblin Curse and Goblin Giant with, like, the broken curse thing. Like, oh, it's so brain dead. It is peak brain rot. This is the most brain rot deck I've seen ever. But it's good. It's at least you're using Spirit Empress. You're using some creativity here. I do appreciate that. I do respect that at least. But yeah, this guy's left. He dip potato chipped. He didn't want to play this game. This is definitely the best deck of the day, unfortunately. And you even have resets with Electro Wizard. Like, Electro Wizard has gotten better. It's not a bad card. Damn, dude. It used to be bad. And it's just, ugh. This, when you make your opponent give up, I think this is really good. Especially with Spirit Empress, because it kills all the other P.E.K.K.A decks. Like, the P.E.K.K.A Goblin Giant decks that play into you, and you have Spirit Empress, they can't kill it. And you still have the dumb bomber that forces opponents to cycle things into the bomber, because you're like, if you spend 2 elixir bomber, they're going to spend an elixir into it. And then you're up elixir, then you all in the other side. It's moronic how well that works. I honestly have to rate this really high. I think that the Goblin Machine might not be, I don't know. Like, I kind of want to put Prince in the deck, to be honest. Instead of the Lightning. I might put Prince in the deck instead of Lightning. You let me know if you would ever do that. I don't know. Maybe you need answers to Electro Dragon Evolution, so maybe you need Lightning. You already have Electro Wizard. The Prince would function really well with this stuff. Yeah, I mean, I have to rate your deck an 8.5, 8.59. Oh, it's so dumb to say that, bro. But Goblin Curse with Goblin Giant is so sillily overpowered. It probably will not be a little bit worse after the next balance changes with Goblin Giant getting a nerf, with the Spear Goblins getting a nerf. But this deck actually feels like a 9. It feels just disgustingly overpowered. And it allows you to be bad at the game and win. So right now, Gabriel has definitely got the best deck of the day. I am sorry, bro. I hate saying that this is such a good deck, but it is. It is very good. This is the best constructed deck of the day for sure. Gabriel always cooks, guys. He always cooks every time. You're a bum donates $5. I like the name. Imagine just playing against someone and they say you're a bum and they don't really know, and then they read it out and they're like, oh no, not like this. So Evo Jack. Why can't it be Evo Jake, bro? Why is it always Evo Jack and no Evo Jake out here? When's my evolution? All right, so we got Evo Lumberjack, we got Evo E-Drag, we got Balloon, Bowler, Barbarrel, Goblinstein, Freeze Tornado. We got that. We got Bowler up in here. We got Balloon. Bully. Let's go, baby. All right, so we got Barbarrel, Goblinstein. Maybe I'll do another stream in the morning tomorrow. I don't know if you guys would vibe with that or not. I kind of want to do a stream and then also a video. I'm kind of hoping that I get to do that. I don't know if I get to release a video. My editor is a little bit more time on that. All right, so we're looking for Freeze and Tornado. Where's our Freeze Nado at? A wild deck. Oh, is there a challenge right now? You guys are talking to me about that. Was there an actually challenge? I think so. I saw some people in the chat. Yeah, when is this coming out? Does anyone know? Because it's just like they don't tell me when the Goblin Party rocket thing is happening. Is it this morning or the next morning? Is it tomorrow? Does anyone know? Is it within 24 hours? All right, we're looking for Freeze Tornado, Barbarrel. I don't even know where the Barbarrel. Oh, there it is. Balloon, Goblinstein. Goblinstein's crazy. I'm not a huge fan of that card anymore. I genuinely have just never gotten value out of it recently. And then we're missing Bowler. This is like standard Lumberjack Balloon Freeze, right? As standard as it gets, eh? Freeze, Tornado, Balloon. Yeah, this looks good. I mean, it looks like a standard Lumberjack Balloon deck, though. That's the thing. If there's any real deviation from it. The way that I would play this is definitely wait till double elixir. The cost of your cards is way too damn high for you to be cycling stuff in single. If you cycle stuff in single, you're probably just going to lose. Usually, the way that these decks work is you cycle the Electro Dragon Evolution and defend something with it, and then you get to double elixir, and you have Freeze, Balloon, and all that other stuff. So I'm an Electro Dragon right now because I have Barbarrel. I'm going to spend 7 elixir on a 3 elixir card. Doesn't feel great. I mean, actually, Goblinstein here is better. It's just straight up better. Because I am going to be able to hopefully kill an Electro Dragon. Or sorry, an Executioner. I'm definitely going to pop the ability. That is well worth my investment. And having the Electro Dragon doing damage is nice too. You have Bowler. That's kind of bad. It is what it is. It just feels bad. I'm going to take a ton of damage. Maybe we're going to be okay if we get a good Barb Barrel here. The Barbarian Barrel is meant to kill the Barbarians and not necessarily damage anything else down. He's just being a completely annoying person. Lumberjack's not going to come down in time, but it is thick enough to push off the Bandit. This is one of those matchups that I shouldn't have been cycling anything. I overcommitted into a P.E.K.K.A. So I kind of got cooked on that end. We didn't even activate King Tower, so this is looking bad. If I do this, I go right into a P.E.K.K.A. and I probably lose. I think I have to, though. There's too much damage. My tower for me to do anything else. Notice where I dropped the Goblin Stein, though. I dropped the Doctor really far back. If he doesn't give me any Bing Bing action, I lose. I need to Bing Bing with the Electro Dragon onto multiple things. If I don't Bing Bing, I get bopped. We need him to cycle one more card. Like, badly. Super giga badly. Alright, that's fine. And then it should just perma-chain onto the barbs. I'm totally okay with that. That's not great, but it is what it is. That Executioner is going to be a pain in the butt, though. I hope that... Oh, my God! He cooked me! Well played, bro. Actually, unironically, really well played. You played better than me. You beat me. I usually do not get outplayed at unranked or whatever, but this guy actually just played better than me. It happens. When it happens, I always tell you guys, like, this guy actually genuinely deserved to beat me. This is not a deck thing. I think I just overcommitted. If I lose because I mess up, like, I'll let you guys know every single time. I think it happened like a couple other times in these games, but a lot of times I've been losing with Royal Recruits Evolution. Sorry, no Royal Recruits Evolution. It's been a skill department instead of anything else. Sorry, it's been like a deck department other than anything else. I thought he had minions. Not gonna minions. He's just gonna all in me. Yeah, I don't even get to take the tower. I was gonna lose even with NATO there. GG. You played super well. GG, man. Credit where credit is due. Dude deserved to cook me. He played super, super well. Overcommitting there into the pack at the start got me good. It's part of the game, though. You just gotta play better and not do that. You know, I gotta increase my skill level. You know, can't be doing that these days. Well played. So your deck is fine. I think it's like a 7.5. It's like not great. I don't think that Lumberjack is one of the best evolutions in the game anymore. And I would say that Balloon, even though it is strong, a lot of times it's kind of expected, and a lot of people build decks to beat Lumberjack Balloon as one of the things that they beat all the time. So it just isn't as good as it used to be, especially after Lumberjack Evolution got nerfed. It feels kind of lackluster unless it gets onto the tower, and it shouldn't really happen there. I would say also into a lot of the decks that have Isozerd and Cannoneer, you are going to lose 9 times out of 10 because you do not have direct damage. So if you find someone that actively has good answers to Balloon, you will lose the game. You will not come close to winning. I mean, that's situationally with everything, but specifically into all the annoying Mortar decks and all of the annoying Cannoneer decks, you will just automatically lose. I do think that this deck will be buffed quite a bit in the next balance changes after Cannoneer gets a nerf, because less people are going to play Cannoneer, so therefore your Balloon will be stronger. There's nothing less satisfying in the game than playing a Balloon into a Goblin hut and a Balloon into a deck that has Cannoneer, Isozerd, and Tornado. Like, those just feel like automatic losses in a lot of situations. So I like your deck. It's just situationally in this meta not that great. If you remember this one, Royal Giant, Evo Goblin Barrel. I do not remember this, Reyes Lopez, but I'm down. Let's run it. Also, thank you for 2 different decks, dude. Thank you for like some different cards that we haven't seen anymore. Like, we never see this. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Evo RG is wild work, man. Evo RG with Goblin Barrel Evo. Mirror Mini P.E.K.K.A. Fly Machine. Also, I'm really sorry that I wasn't able to mirror up the Electro Giant in good conscience. Like, I did it for the video earlier, and or for the stream, but it's just, I wasn't able to do the gimmicky broken thing where you're able to Golden Knight in between and then drop another Electro Giant because I didn't have Golden Knight in cycle because I had to play it. Felt bad because you had raw recruits, so there's really nothing else I could do. All right, Fly Machine, Bar Barrel, Inferno Tower. Oh, dude, don't put an Inferno Tower in there. There should be an Inferno Dragon. You already have Zap Bait. You got the Goblin Barrel. You have like decent defense stuff. Oh no, would have been so good if we just had an Inferno Dragon. All right, so I mean, not so good, but like it'd be viable maybe. This is gonna cook me though. All right, so Evo RG, Evo Goblin Barrel, Mirror Mini P.E.K.K.A. That's the card I was missing. All right, we got Mirror Mini P.E.K.K.A, Bar Barrel, and Inferno Tower, and then my choice of Spirit. I would probably play Fire Spirit or Ice Spirit here. Ice Spirit just because I want defense, because I have all these win conditions and then crazy cards like Fly Machine. A lot of stuff. I mean, we'll see if we can win. At least I have 2 evolutions. I really do appreciate that. But logistically, if you're running Inferno Tower here, it's not going to be that good. It's just going to be a defensive card when you, I don't know, probably want counter push because your deck just seems like really crazy aggressive, right? We'll see if we can make this work. It's going to be a tough one. I definitely have to wait for the right moments. So the way that this thing will probably work is we want to get to Goblin Barrel evolution and maybe mirror up a Royal Giant on both sides and then use the Goblin Barrel. I don't know. I think that's the strategy. I think that's the vision that you had. I don't know if it's viable for us, but that's what I'm probably going to try. I'm also going to definitely go for an Ice Spirit on this and then maybe Mini P.E.K.K.A instead of Inferno Towering because Inferno Tower is just useless here. Straight up. I don't want to fib or lie to you. That was a phenomenal Bar Barrel, hitting everything and hitting the Electro Wizard. That was sick. This guy might actually be in some trouble. He uses arrows there too. Bro has to go Golden Knight. He's going to click ability on me though. It's going to be a nuisance. Maybe we can get him to Ice Spirit. Yeah, we can just sack it with an Ice Spirit. We can sack an Ice Spirit when he clicks ability. Really? No ability? Yeah, there it is. I was really surprised because he was taking his sweet time there. Great Bar Barrel again. Guys, we're on fire. My gameplay is actually gas right now. We're playing so well. Usually it doesn't happen like this when I play crazy decks. I usually just lose every game. But we're playing well. We're playing well. Go. Hopefully we can keep it up. So, yeah, I need to get an RG down. It's going to be tough, but I think I can cycle an RG and then get back to another one maybe. And use Mini P.E.K.K.A on defense. He's definitely going to go for a P.E.K.K.A, but he might not expect the Inferno Tower in the deck. So, yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. We can get him to go for a bad Electro Wizard maybe. See how this goes. Goblin Barrel with it. The fake one's going to pull back the P.E.K.K.A, so I'm kind of happy about that. He uses his Inferno Tower counter. He uses the Z-Wiz. Not great. I just messed up. Sorry. Might be a loss because of me. I think if I used Inferno Tower, I would have been okay, but definitely in a bad spot right now because of that. 100% in a horrible spot because of that. I'm sorry, man. It's hard to like use this, to be honest. This is a skill issue on my end. Like when you're using a deck that's so clunky, you don't have the availability of like making misplays. You just lose the game. I wish that I used the Inferno Tower. That would have been a better decision. Like making the wrong decision once can cost you. And using the Inferno Tower there would have it would have killed the P.E.K.K.A, but I want to kill the Battle Rim and other stuff. Oh, this guy's BMing us. Oh, hey, it is what it is. We'll jump to the next one. I could have played this one better. I do think that your deck isn't great because you have the Inferno Tower, which feels like good in certain situations, but with your deck being as aggressive, I would have loved to have Inferno Dragon. That would have been able to kill the P.E.K.K.A. If I killed the P.E.K.K.A on the left side, think of it from this perspective. The Inferno Dragon kills the P.E.K.K.A, gives me counter push. The Inferno Tower I was thinking about, I was like, doesn't give me counter push. I really don't want to cycle it here. Also, when you have all these cards that are like, you know, bait element, like this, you have more of a baity deck. So I'll help you. I'll help you make a better deck. And I'll even play your deck one more time. I usually don't do this, but because I lost the game and it wasn't really the fault of the deck. as much in that specific situation, I will play your deck one more time, and I'm going to change it because this deck needs serious help. It's not viable right now as it is. Not very good. This would be like a 4 or a 5 if I'm being real. So if we want to change it and use some of the cards that you could have available, this would make sense. Because then you have more bait elements with guards and Goblin Barrel. And the mirror might seem fun and all, but it's not practical. Using mirror just isn't a very practical strategy. I also might use a spell that you can reach on the tower with. So I would probably do something like this. Maybe Rage. I don't know. Maybe we can't. Maybe we can't. Because, yeah, we probably can't, honestly. So if they have counters to it, then it is what it is. But yeah, this is the deck that we're going to be playing. This is the changes that we'd make for you. The changes we'd make for you. I don't know if it's possible to win, but I'll play one more game with your deck. Just because I felt bad. Oh, I'm not going to win. This is a top 100 player. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. But the main thing that I would change is like not having mirror in the deck. Is fun as it sounds, it's not that actually good. And then having the Inferno Tower, it doesn't give you counter push. So if I killed the P.E.K.K.A with an Inferno Dragon, I would have had a much better interaction. I'm just going to eat it. I don't know what this deck is from our opponent, but I'm going to RG, try to get to the evolution, see if we can stack up some evolutions together. This Inferno Dragon is going to be heat. Going to kill the Valkyrie. Oh, now I know the deck. Barbell cleans it. We have Fly Machine as well, so this is actually goated. And we can go Goblin Barrel into this with 2 air cards coming at him. This is way harder for him to defend than he thought. It's a bad Ice Spirit. But the Fly Machine might even lock. Yeah, it does. Pretty good. Ton of damage. But we're currently beating a top 100 player. We like seeing that. It likely won't be a win, but it is possible. I mean, this is definitely a better matchup than I thought it would be. So he's going to lose the Miner, and we could set up multiple Royal Giants and use Fly Machine to snipe the buildings. It's going to be kind of funny, the game plan. So no Miner, that means he just has no way of counteracting a Barbarrel on top of the Wall Breakers, unless he Valkyries, which would be just be weird. I don't think he Valkyries with that. It'd just be a bad play, honestly. So he'll probably Tornado everything into alignment, so the Magic Archer is able to kill the Fly Machine with this Royal Giant. So that's going to suck a little bit, but as long as we get it into Barbarrel range, maybe we're okay. It does not hit my tower either. I'm going to go Goblin Barrel here. Maybe even an Ice Spirit to hold the Valkyrie a little bit longer. Then it gets knocked back further. If a Fly Machine stays alive and it gets near the tower, then we're cooking. But it's going to go right into Spirit Goblins. We could drop another RG here. So one of the things about cycling a Royal Giant, you can get back to another one pretty freaking fast. I don't think he's back to a building. We'll see. Yeah, he's got Evo Valk. What a bailout. What a bailout. What a freaking annoying card, man. Oh, wait. He's not getting bailed out that hard. Bro is not getting bailed out that hard, actually. That would be a lot better for him than that. He killed that, though. That was kind of annoying. All right, so you want a mini P.E.K.K.A on the Wall Breakers. Otherwise, the Wall Breakers get hits. You don't mini P.E.K.K.A on the Miner. As weird as that sounds, that's how you play it. And we're going to go in for Goblin Barrel here with the RG. And then we're going to Fly Machine on the left side because we want his Elixir to be really giga low. He Tornadoes, but then he probably doesn't have anything for this. I think he just takes damage. Man, he's actually so good at the game. So many players would have died there. This guy is phenomenal at Clash. He's so good. Why are we playing against a top 100 player with your deck, bro? I just wanted to win. Why am I playing against someone better than me? Should not be playing against someone better than me right now. That's giga annoying. All right, if we can get a Barbarrel down, then maybe we're not completely cooked. I think we're completely cooked, bro. Looking bad. Looking bad to the bone. It might be boned. We're going to try to stack up some stuff. We'll see what happens. Yep, that's what I expected would happen. And then the NATO lets everything to be in alignment, so I'm just going to take so much damage. We definitely have to snipe that. I did not mean to click that. That's bad. Misclick. The Inferno Dragon's just going to go into the abyss. Oops. Still winnable if I play perfect, but tough. You have to start cycling fly machines and stuff. But he's just going to get to evolution so that I'm cooked. That's not good for me at all. Just trying to be annoying right now. Oh, the fly machine locked. We win. Nice. I beat a top 100 person. Let's go, baby. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. See, your deck. Wait. Like, let's take the difference between the people we lost to. Truthfully, like, this is a bad matchup for me, but I shouldn't probably be losing that often against top 3,000 or top 8,000, whatever. This guy was a lot worse than this guy. And we beat someone that's insanely good. Guy is top 1,000 player, better than me. So, yeah, we beat someone really, really good. Like multiple finishes that are really, really high. Just that's Clash Royale for you. You improve the deck, you get better results. So I would highly, 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 highly recommend you play this version of the deck. You win more games, you'll have more fun, and the outcomes will just be better, bro. The outcomes will be better. I hope that Reyes Lopez, you're able to switch to this version of the deck and get a better time. Hopefully that helps. And thank you for the donation, man. Thank you for the support. I'm sorry that I didn't play perfect in the first game. But yeah, I'm glad I was able to improve the deck for you. I don't know. I've been trying kind of arbitrarily improving people's decks. Maybe I could improve everyone's, but it's kind of hard to. Especially sometimes people's decks are super cookie cutter. Like you guys donate and then it's a deck that I've seen a billion times. And then it's like, yeah, I don't really know if I can improve that. Because the deck is optimized already. If you give me a deck that everyone else has played a million times, I can't really improve it, yeah. Heal Spirit, Barbarian Arrows. I don't really like Heal Spirit there. Evo Bats. We're missing Bandit, right? E-Barbs. Damn, I did not expect this to be in the deck. This deck seems fine. I mean, I just don't know what I would rate it. So we'll play some games with it and see how it goes. I don't think that E-Barbs are a good card, though. I think that E-Barbs kind of suck. I would almost always play Prince over E-Barbs in every single situation because Prince is just better. It costs less elixir. It performs way more damage on offense when it charges. It's harder to deal with. E-Barbs, I feel like you need to have the proper support with at all points in time. They need their babysitters. If you don't have their babysitters of Heal Spirit and then a spell, they're just useless. So I think that Prince is just way better, especially when you have splash damage and it moves fast. It's just difficult to react to. Part of the reason that Dark Goblin's so darn good is it moves really fast too. And same thing with Wall Breakers. I'm going to go Bats here and we'll see how it goes, but probably not going to go great. Guy is so obnoxious for playing that. Anyway, we're gonna go Wall Breakers. I don't think we're winning this game. We'll see what happens, but this is a tough matchup for sure. If we have bait cards and we're playing against someone that's BMing with a 100-0 matchup, that's gonna be a tough one. It's possible to win. I don't have Inferno Dragon, and I don't have like ways of killing the P.E.K.K.A, so that's the main problem. And I also don't have Evolved Mega Knight, so I can't even like push back the Goblin Giant. Like, I'm just going to sit there and take the damage. And he knows that. That's why he's BMing like crazy. It's crazy. It's also insane that people BM with this matchup. Like, when you're playing P.E.K.K.A Goblin Giant, do you know that you don't know how to play the game? Like, you probably should know that you don't know how to play the game if you're playing this deck. P.E.K.K.A Goblin Giant is brainless. Like, that is the most brain rot deck in the game. Anyone that uses that and gets a finish, it's, like, super irrelevant. The finish doesn't matter. If I play that and I get a finish, like, that's cool and all. Like, I'd be happy about it for myself. I'd also be happy for anyone to get, like, a higher ranked finish. But you can't be proud of it. You can be happy, but there's difference though. There's a huge difference between being happy and being proud and being like, oh, I deserve this finish. Look at how good I am. No, you didn't deserve that finish. You got a finish from someone else that deserves to be way higher than you, but you're using a broken deck, so you get it rewarded and you don't have to think that much. This is one of those things, man. This is the most brain rot deck in the game right now. No one that plays this deck is even, they don't, if they main it, they actually lose brain cells. They actively lose brain cells 100%, which is fine. You can lose brain cells. There's activities that do that, but can't be proud about it. I'm just dead. There's nothing I can really do here. I have to stack multiple evolutions here. It just feels awful. I still didn't even kill it. Bro, that's with the evolved wall breakers on defense. The block. Brutal. Yeah, this matchup's really bad. Even when your opponent doesn't know how to play the game, you lose. The E-Barbs are cool and all, but again, as I said, I think Prince is just objectively better in every way, shape, and form. So if you're playing this deck, you probably want to be playing a different version because this deck just is bad with E-Barbs. Of course, they BM with it, but it is the game, you know. You kind of have to expect it when you're playing against P.E.K.K.A. Goblin Giant. You're going to lose to some terrible players that purposely don't win the game, and should have let him take the tower, to be honest, because he's going to drag out the game as long as possible. Yeah, dude. People that play these decks are just, like, super, super toxic. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'll just let him take the tower. I'll go to the next one. I'll go to the next one. Or maybe, I don't know. Is there any way that the E-Barbs take it? Any shot? With wall breakers? There's no way, right? Yeah, he freaked out, and then he's like, oh, I'm not going to lose the game. Yeah, I hate people like that. I feel like they're just like the worst people, worst players in the game. When they play a toxic deck and then purposely prolong the game. Like, he was sitting there with arrows to make the game as long as possible. I guarantee you, he's not going to have any ranked finishes. Like 9,000. Just like, yeah, you know, like, he'd never play against us at the end of the season. Like, never, never, never. We're like, I don't know, 1,000 trophies above him or something like that. He BMs with that. That's wild. Wild. There's always those players. It's always those players, man. I've been using this deck since the very beginning. Wait, did we do that deck? Yeah, we did. So the Mega Knight, yeah, you gotta run, if you're making this better, 100% should be this. I don't think you win that matchup regardless, but I think Mega Knight Evolution is kind of necessary right now. And because against tanks, if you don't have a way of knocking things back, it's just kind of bad. Kind of giga bad. Maybe Zappies will be better in the next balance changes. I'm not sure. But I probably put a Bandit in there as well. Like, you don't have any offense. Your deck was so flaccid, bro. Your deck was so flaccid. It didn't really do anything. Like, there was no offense that I could force out Elixir from the opponent. So then he couldn't just realistically Goblin Giant all in me. I was sitting there with like Heal Spirit, Barbarial, and like Archer Queen in my hand a lot of times. I was just like, I was just going to drop a tank on top of an Archer Queen if I drop it at the bridge. Can't really do that into a P.E.K.K.A. That's just dumb. Like, logistically, he doesn't want to P.E.K.K.A. on top of a Bandit because he'd die to a Prince and a Mega Knight, right? So, like, you have to have decks that make sense. Your deck, even though it's cool running Elite Barbarians and Heal Spirit, if I go Elite Barbarians at the bridge at 6 Elixir, he P.E.K.K.A.s and he kills me. Like, I literally can't do anything. E-Barbs just suck as a card. Conceptually, they're not good for their Elixir cost, and you can't play them against meta decks that are just better than your deck. Like, no one, like, does anything there with E-Barbs. You die. You just die every time. Anyway, yeah, your deck currently is like a 5. It doesn't work. At least in the meta. It's like, it's cool, but yeah, against those types of things, it's like a 5. And you also don't have enough damage per second against good players. And then also no Mega Knight Evo, so you just can't really, like, push things back. It's beat down decks. That's realistically how it is. The Goblin Barrel, Miner, Furnace. Damn, you're actually making me play Furnace before it gets buffed. Minion, Dap, Inferno Dragon. Also, I just got a huge donation. Brett? Oh my god. Dude, thank you for the $50. Love your content always, friend. You show us your best deck that you've been using. Shows the goods, man. Video can come after. Content is fire as always, tag. Dude, seriously, can we get some love in the chat for Brett? That is huge. Dropping a 50 bomb. My brother. Thank you, dude. I will show the best deck. I'll do that at the very end. Yeah, I just want to make sure that I get through the other donations, brother. I'll do your deck at the end. I'll show the best one. I can also, like, break down why it's so good, too. I think I have not made a video on it yet. I don't know. I don't know if I have or not. But I probably have, honestly. Maybe I haven't. If I have, maybe the exact deck list I haven't made a video on, because the deck list that I've been playing is very, very strong. I play it whenever I can. It is. I actually played it the first game of the video or this live stream. I lost with it though somehow. I got it against the exact same thing, and I just played more aggressive, like a moron. But that is what it is. I just don't play perfect all the time. All right, so we got Goblin Barrel, Miner, Zap, Furnace, Minions, Inferno Dragon. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing Skeleton Army. No, we have Skeleton Army. Fireball. Fire bee. My bee. I was like, furnace. And I messed up. My bad. This is an interesting deck. I don't think it's good. But maybe after the furnace buff, it'll be better. Who knows? Anyway, we'll play it. Minions are going to get a buff too. Your entire deck's getting a buff, bro. Your entire deck's getting a buff. Literally, your entire deck is about to get buffed. Also, we're playing against Dagger Duchess, so this is already a deficit. This is not a real matchup. Playing against someone that has Dagger Duchess, they always have an advantage and do a Goblin Barrel because they just counter it faster. The Goblins just do a lot of damage. Give him some love as well. I should lose this, though. See how it goes. He has Rage, so he's hopefully not playing Sparky, but he likely is playing Sparky. If he Electro Wizards this is bad for me. But I'm going to Miner and just see what we can do. Love to get damage on the Lumberjack if we could. I think a Furnace here is okay. It should kill the Lumberjack with the help of the Princess Tower and only take one hit on the Furnace. Furnace is going to give us damage, maybe. No, it's right into a Dagger Duchess. What am I thinking? I'm silly. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Raphael. That's actually such a sick name, too. Imagine being called Raphael. That has got to be like one of the best names. I'm just out here, Jake. There's no dog named Raphael. There's a lot of dogs named Jake. The Miner on defense, or I just lose. Yeah, I might lose anyway. Yeah, I think I needed Furnace. It's also tough if they have Zap and you only have Skeleton Army. I just don't think it's like logistically possible to defend against people if you only have Skeleton Army. So I'll help you build a different deck or a little bit better. You have a lot of air cards and you also have Furnace. So I can't really win in this situation against someone that has Zap for my Skeleton Army because I can't defend a Prince. If he Zaps that, I just lose every time. That's like a deck thing for sure. This is not a Jake thing losing the game. I did play poorly on the all-in, but there really was no way for me to defend against a Zap plus Prince. Like, am I going to Miner a Prince? Probably not. The Minering a Prince on defense doesn't really work. This is super hard because I have to have like a perfect card cycle to be able to stop anything. And he Zaps too, so Inferno Drag is useless. GG. GG, well played. So yeah, if I'm being logical about it, this deck does not work. It's like a 4 or a 3 or a 2. It's really giga bad. You can't be running Skeleton Army against people that have a Zap in their deck. And a lot of people have Zap or Rage. Just automatically lose. If they have a hard-hitting card, whether it's a Mini P.E.K.K.A, Elite Barbarian, Sparky, P.E.K.K.A, Mega Knight, Battle Ram, Ram Rider, Zap, any of those cards with a Zap, you lose. You automatically lose. You just take the fattest L. Nothing I can do there. No one in the world is able to defend a Prince with Skeleton Army if your opponent has Zap. It's just not possible. I don't have the tools. I can't cook. So if I were to change your deck a little bit, you shouldn't have both of these with this. This is like all these cards here. Wait. Everything besides Skeleton Army in your entire deck can't defend Bridge Spam. And Skeleton Army gets zapped. So I'm literally cooked. Like undeniably cooked in that situation. So what you should do, probably not have as many air cards. Furnace is going to get turned into a real card. Miner might work if you want to do something crazy. Like there are different decks that you could play like with this. What I would do is something like this. And then remove the Miner maybe. Hard to say. Yeah, I probably wouldn't remove the Miner. Probably remove the Fireball, to be honest. You don't have room for all that stuff. You don't have all that room for that junk in the trunk. Maybe a Skeleton King, honestly. Yeah, so I'd probably play something like this or a Skeleton King. And this just functions a lot better. Because you're able to do things, bro. You're able to do things. Your cards are able to defend. Like you got guards and you got Prince and you got Skeleton Army. They sure as hell don't want to be zapping on top of a freaking, Prince. They don't want to be zapping on the guards. They'll zap on the Skeleton Army, but then you have other stuff. And I think Skeleton King's better here, but I don't know if you have it, so I'm just not going to put it in the deck. So Skeleton King is better than Prince there. And I think the deck would work, especially after the Furnace buff. Maybe this just claps. It's possible. All right. We got Caden Gnomes. If you want another chance, try Evo Mortar, Evo Bats. If you get the chance. Not another chance. My bad. Where is my Mortar deck? Cool. Let's copy that here. Let's place that there. Let's grab Princess. Could be faster, right? No, it doesn't seem faster. I think the only card I copied was Mortar. Rascal's in there. Ooh, spicy, sir. I like Rascals a lot. I think they're a super good card. Goblins. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen goblins in a deck that frequently. Log Poison, Miner. Fine. I mean, this probably works. Wait, we're going pretty quick. You guys see how fast I'm moving? I'm sprinting. And then you said Dark Goblin too, right? Hell yeah, guys. We're moving fast. All right, there's the deck. This is your deck. We'll see how it goes. I don't think this is a bad deck. I think it probably works. It's not solid. I think that Minor Poison is just weak from a damage perspective, but the card functionality, it's there. It works. It works. It works. All right, so it did not black screen. We're good. We're good. So if I split goblins, it's kind of silly. I think I'm going to go goblins at the bridge and just see if we can get some damage. Also, raw honey is best honey. Like, honey is just sick. I love honey. And all my sweeteners and all that stuff, I don't really like sugar. I like honey. Gotta love honey. Like, I make whipped cream and strawberries, and instead of sugar, I put in honey. He's OP. It's not even funny how OP honey is. I like this guy's name. All right, so I don't like this matchup though. Bro, as executioner, that's gonna cook me. How am I supposed to defend this? I think I just lost. There's any way to defend that? He just has too much splash damage. I actually just can't. Like, there's too many spells. I'll play another game with your deck, bro. I don't think this is realistically even remotely possible. Executioner, Snowball with Royal Ghost when you're running bait. Yeah, that is literally the worst matchup I could have ever gotten in the world. GG, well played. Let's go to the next one. That is actually impossible. That is straight up impossible. He dropped that Executioner at the bridge, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm dead now. That's fun. So well played on the opponent's end. That's straight up impossible. Sometimes that happens where you get like rock, paper, scissors, and you're like, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And then you just like sit there and rock, and the opponent's like the Squid Games rock, paper, scissors moment where they cover it, and it's just like, you're cooked. It's over. That's what happened there. There's literally nothing I could do. There's double spells with an Executioner or Royal Ghost. Like, you're just dead. We'll go to the next one. I do think that is something that you have to worry about, though, I guess. Like, maybe there are people on ladder that do play those decks. It isn't very common that you play against Executioner or double small spells. But hypothetically, if you do match into that, the Rascals are not that good. Rascals literally just died instantly. And then I was sitting there like, oh, I have no distractions for a Boss Bandit. Because the Boss Bandit is very hard-hitting. So that is one of the downsides of this, I guess. It is possible. But I think that overall, like, the rest of the strategy is fine. And I'm okay, like, losing a game because someone runs a perfect counter to you. Like, that's fine. That's part of the game. But if your deck is flawed, so you play against perfect counters every time or whatever, or, like, matchups you can't win every time, then that's the problem. This is not a great matchup for him, so. Or not an amazing matchup for him. See how this goes for us. I think we just poison, kill the bats. Go goblins afterward. We have to take damage anyway, so like I can't like get greedy. Can't get greedy out here. I did spend a lot of elixir, but it's fine. We can go here and then log and hopefully hit some other stuff too. That'd be sick. Oh my god! Please. Oh, that could have been better. Still okay. I mean, the bats die, so that's awesome. He wasted elixir there. If we mine our bats, how silly am I for that? Probably pretty silly. Maybe we miner on the tower and just do that. Or we could go Rascal Split. I think Rascal Split is probably okay. We need to cycle back to them anyway if he goes in for a Mega Knight on us. He's down a lot of elixir. You gonna miner on the Rascal? That's kind of weird. All right, we'll see what he does. There's no way he Mega Knights that. The Baby Dragon's weird in the deck. Like, I honestly did not expect a Mega Knight Baby Dragon deck. That's kind of whack. Definitely in a good spot, though. That's a ton of damage. And we kill the Baby Dragon, and we go Goblins. Dark Goblin's still alive. We don't really get much damage on the Dark Goblin, but it's going to be something. He has to respond to that, right? I figured. He has Zap, so I don't want to go Bats. I want to split Rascals again, because it was super, super good. It was very lucrative for us. Cycling Rascals early and getting back to another one is awesome. Gas. We can miner on defense against the Baby Dragon. Don't really want to. I'd rather... Yeah, I will now. Oh, hell yeah. You best believe I'd be miner right now here. Rascal still alive is awesome. We are definitely going to get Mega Knighted, right? There it is. Miner on defense is not bad because we can get back to another. Rascals, hopefully. Gonna be a Rascal lad. No way. It doesn't activate King Tower, unfortunately. And I thought it would. Crap ton of damage for him. Okay, never mind. It kills the Rascal, though. Skeleton Barrel, so cheese! Dude, I hate that so much. Actually, I have to poison this, probably. Fine, if it jumps, it doesn't matter. I haven't been able to go in for bats ever, man, because this is so annoying. I just need him to just, like, cycle a bad card. He's just not doing it. Oh, thank God he did it. Thank the gosh. We got him, maybe. No, it's right into a baby dragon. We're cooked. Maybe not, though. Maybe the baby dragon dies. Oh my God, did we get him? We got him. Thank God that worked. That was awesome. That was so good. Thank God he zapped the goblins. I don't know why he zapped the goblins, but sometimes you need to do it. Sometimes you just full send it. You know, they zap the wrong card, they get cooked. I did not know why he had baby dragon in that deck, because that was diabolical work. Having baby dragon in there is absolutely diabolical. I do think that one of the downsides of running Rascals is people will have random cards that you will not want to play against. We saw it here with the Rascals getting wrecked by Executioner, Snowball, Barbell, Royal Goes. There's nothing I could do. This game, it was a little bit more dicey because he randomly had a baby dragon. A lot of times they'll have bait cards that you can snipe with the miner, but my miner is not sniping a baby dragon like it would snipe a dark goblin. Like, I'm not a huge fan of miner poison at all with mortar right now. I really prefer running more bait cards for higher damage, and then also arrows to kill, like, you know, the Rascals counters of, like, potentially someone running a Firecracker or something of the sort. So I'm not a huge fan of miner. I think miner sucks right now. I would run Skeleton Barrel Evolution all day over bats as well. That's my preference. Anyway, your deck is like a 7-5. It's not an 8, but it's not a 7. Like, it's better than average because you have Mortar Evolution, which is super strong. And then, of course, you have a way of actually dealing damage to towers within miner and poison. Like, it works functionally. Like, the synergy is good, but the cards themselves are crap. So that is why, like the strength of your cards are just not at the level of the other ones. Still, Gabriel by far had the best deck of the day, other than the deck that I showed. But yeah. All right, so Blink donates $5. He says, I got Ultimate Champion last month. Every single time I see UC, I think of UC, like the medical UC. I'm like, oh no. But he said, I got UC last month. I was going to be like, no, dude, not UC. But he got UC. Congrats, man. Congrats on Ultimate Champion. Way earlier this month because of you. I've only been playing for 13 months. Damn, that's huge. Congrats, man. Huge W's. Getting Ultimate Champion and 13 months of playing is insane. There's so much that you have to catch up on because there's so many different cards. And getting good at Clash Royale that quick is insane. So congratulations for you, man. That's massive progress. You're going to get really good. If you got to Ultimate Champion with that little time played, I think you will become extremely good at Clash Royale if you keep sticking with it. That's the thing about Clash is, like, you always get better if you have that improvement mindset. And if you've gotten good, then you will continue to get good. So, like, that's how it is. Also, Sinister Darth Nihils, thank you so much for the $5 dono. You didn't even say anything with the message, but thank you so much. I do appreciate that, my guy. And then, have you ever been to Gloucester, Massachusetts? Says, I love Shardies. Yes, I have been to Gloucester, Massachusetts. I actually grew up in Massachusetts. That was where I was for my entire life, basically, in Boston. And, you know, with my friends, my family, my ex, my everything was back then. It was like 7 years, like 8 years I spent in Boston. It was a lot. It was a lot of my life. So it was awesome. And I grew up there. So yeah, I mean, I've been there a lot for Gloucester. Gloucester, I actually don't know how to say it, but yeah, I've been there for tennis tournaments too. My brother has too. Anyway, I was up in Worcester all the time for tennis tournaments around the Yale area. So Brett says, I love your content always, friend. Show us your best deck that you've been using. Show the goods, man. Video can come after. Content is always fire. Always tag. Thank you, man. All right, so the best deck right now, I think, in the game is this. For people that want to get better at the game. We can compare it side to side. The miner gets ignored a lot. The poison does deal damage, but like this is for finishing games, and you have to be really good at the game. If you're worse at the game, you can have cards like Skeleton King and Cannon Cart to body block so you don't get cooked by people all-inning you. So if someone spams an Executioner at the bridge, I'd Cannon Cart it. I'd laugh at them. They wouldn't do anything. My Skeleton King is dumb thick. It shuts down boss bandits too, and I'm able to use Cannoneer as the tower to kill, beat down, and bridge spam faster. It's safer, it's better, it's objectively like significantly better than a miner bait deck with mortar, because miner bait like gets ignored, it just doesn't do that much damage, and also the sturdiness on defense just isn't there. So on offense and defense is worse, because you know Skeleton Barrel will output more damage. Even if the Skeleton Barrel gets cleaned up, then you have another Skeleton Barrel with the Skeleton King, so it's just so much better. It is so much better. I'd really recommend this deck. This is the best deck that I have. Obviously, I think it's like a 9-5. No deck is perfect, but it is really broken. I'll show you guys why. I'll play a real game here. I will fully focus, and I will not get the same mirror matchup that we did before. We're probably playing against a good player, too. I think I saw something in his banner. I don't know what his rating is, but we're going to try to cycle evolutions as much as we can. This is by far the best deck, Brett. It is so much better than any other deck that I could showcase on a YouTube video. It is really, 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 really functionally overpowered. Mohamed Light was complaining about it, by the way. I don't really tell you guys that type of stuff, but Mohamed Light was complaining about this deck. He was complaining about it. I can't say where, because, you know, I can't out him like that, but he was complaining about this deck, and he said it deserves to get a nerf. So if you have Mohamed Light complain about it, that means that the deck is probably a little bit unfair. A little bit unfair, you know, just a tad bit. So I personally do not want to cycle cards that will give him Goblin Curse value. So I am going to go in for Spear Goblins off to the side a little bit further up. I will kill the Mega Minion, hopefully not kill my chances of getting counter push, and we'll see what we can do. We're definitely playing against a low skill deck, so I would love to beat him. Oh no, that's annoying. This makes it a little bit more challenging. The Prince does. He doesn't spell that, so that's good. I think that we're in a decent spot to go in. We'll see how this goes. We'll probably drop a spell. This is one of those matchups where you can't really mortar as much as you would want. I would like to mortar a lot, but if I do, I definitely overcommit and I lose, so try not to do that. Just wait a little bit, see what we can do. This is actually a matchup where you have to play defensively and cycle defensive mortars, get to the mortar evolution, then cook. The more I've played it, the more I've realized that. If you go in for an aggressive mortar, you sometimes will just lose, so I'm going to actually play way more safe than normal. Especially when I'm down elixir. I'm just going to drop a defensive mortar. I'll get to the mortar evolution here. Safe. I usually don't like doing this, but this is a necessity against these Goblin Giant players. If you want to play at higher levels, you have to respect annoying decks and not throw away games when you could potentially lose. You don't want to. You don't want to just give the game up. Lightning was good on his end. He obviously played that well, but it still doesn't matter as long as I'm able to Skeleton King and have the Cannoneer help out. You can go Spear Goblins up top. He's like way less likely to spell this, so. He actually Lumberjack's super early. The Giga early Lumberjack. It was a bad Lumberjack if I honestly just wanted to be candid with you guys about that. Gonna take a ton of damage. We can simply Skeleton King this and see how that goes. We can also pop the ability on the Lumberjack and the Prince. I think that's a decent interaction for us. And then we can push this with the Spear Goblins. Guy seems pretty good at the game, to be honest. To be completely candid with you guys again, I do think this guy is quite good at Clash. Not like he's the best player in the world or anything, but he is playing this very well. I can't try to keep out the pressure because, again, like we want to click the Skeleton King ability in his face. Love to mortar here as well. Risky, but it's fine. He might have cooked himself. We'll see. If he zaps, he's just kind of dead. Like, he can't zap on top of the Spear Goblins. We're also going to throw a Skeleton Barrel at him again. This seems really good. It's outside of the range, too. I think if I arrowed earlier, I would have won. I just fumbled really hard. We might kill the entire Lumberjack if we're lucky. If we get that to pop, that'd be so sick. Did not poppy. Did not poppy. Your Goblins here? Armor-Breeze Lightning. This is another Lumberjack at the bridge, but it's not going to take. It's going to be pretty darn close. I didn't think I got that down fast enough, and I didn't. Yeah, I lost. GG. Losing to Goblin Curse is diabolical. Oh, I had Goblin Curse so much. That guy was good at the game, and he also played it really, really, really well. Usually, P.E.K.K.A is worse for him, because if they play P.E.K.K.A, it's slower. It's easier for us to distract and kill. If they've got Prince with Lumberjack, and they've got still like the Bomber Goblin Curse Zap, it's a little bit more annoying with the Lumberjack as well. So he had a lot more splash damage, a lot more counters to us. That made it harder. And he was also good at the game. Like, I was pretty surprised that not only did he have a hard counter, but he was also pretty good at Clash. Like, it's not even a hard counter. Like, it's not a 100-0, because no deck actually 100-0s this. Fortunately. Like, that's one of the funny things about it. There are really no 100-0s like that. You can't win ever. I guess there is. If they have Spirit Empress. That's really challenging sometimes. If it's not a 100-0, but it can be mad annoying when they Spirit Empress. And if they Spirit Empress correctly, it's difficult to counter it because the Spirit Empress doesn't die to anything besides Ice Wizard. Fly Machine as well. So Fly Machine and Spirit Empress, those are the decks that I don't really like playing into, I guess. Go Goblin Gang here and hopefully kill the Mega Knight. We should be able to, I think. I think the Mega Knight does die before it jumps. Yeah, it's very cool. Great interactions. I played that super well. Very nice defense. But yeah, the last game, guy was good. He had a hard counter too. So, like, still not a huge hard counter though. Like, there's not many that destroy this deck or anything like that. He just Ice Wizard here. Clean that all up. He loses the Miner for sure. And then we Skeleton Barrel here and be a little cheesy of a lad. And we go Skeleton King other side. And we can also chuck Spear Goblins at him as well if we want. I'm going to on the. I'm gonna pop the ability because we're gonna get full bar. And then I have to go in for other stuff in the other side to kill the Goblin Gang that's coming down. If your Goblins die, we have Goblin Gang counter pushing. This is definitely good for us. I don't know how good, but it seems good. Our Spear Goblins are stupid, though. They're not targeting the correct things. Could have been better. I think this is one of those matchups where we just get Skeleton Barrels on him and we play defensive mortars, maybe. The more I think about it, the more I don't want to drop aggressive mortars more often. But I think in this very specific situation in Double Elixir, it's okay. This is fine. These are good things. Because the Miner doesn't do enough. And now he has to Mega Knight this, and then he's dead. Because he has, like, no Elixir. So he loses the Mega Knight. The Skeleton Barrel pops on the tower twice. Then we can Cannon Cart on the Mega Knight. He has Inferno Dragon. Hopefully it's not Inferno Dragon Evolution. That's the main problem, I would say. Somehow match into Inferno Dragon Evolution, that's gonna cook us. We need to kill that, like, now. Like, now. Now that needs to die, and it's not dying. Just target the tower, please. Thank God. That was huge. If that didn't hit, then I think I would have thrown a fit. Yeah, so Inferno Dragon Evolution, I guess, is another downside of this deck. Still, like, not terrible. Like, obviously, that was very, very winnable. But I would say that I played a little bit more aggressive than I should have in certain situations. But Ice Wizard spawn and killing skeletons is so clutch against Graveyard and Skeleton Barrel and a lot of the decks in the game. You don't need an Electro Wizard. You can just use Ice Wizard spawn in for that damage. It kills bats too. A lot of situations it will. So good. It's so good. This is my favorite deck in the game right now, and it's not even close. By far favorite deck. And again, I'll show you guys the guy I lost to. I think he was pretty good. He probably has a good rating. Yeah. Oh my God. Why are we playing against someone better than me? What the hell? Really? Why are you here? What are you doing? I don't know what he's doing at low ladder. I honestly don't know what he's doing at low ladder. Top 111 player in the world with 20 win challenge, and he's at what? He didn't push up? I guess he didn't push up. Yeah, I don't know. We're at unranked. He didn't push up. I guess he's doing the same thing as me and screwing around more, but he's not recording content. I don't know. That was weird. So yeah, that was interesting. I did not know that he was that good. I mean, I knew he's good. I just didn't know he's that good. Top 100 is crazy. I like this deck a lot. But I don't have Skeleton King. What would you suggest instead of Skeleton King? So in this deck, if you don't have Skeleton King, you can do two things. You can put in Rascals, or if you wanted to, you can put in a Fireball. I think that honestly, like, My preference, put in a miner as well, but I wouldn't. I would probably go like the route of putting in rascals for more anti-air defense and like having that extra tank. You definitely want a tank in the deck if you don't have that. Goblin Machine isn't awful. Like, it does work. You could put a Goblin Machine in there as well. Goblin Machine, Rascals. I would probably put in Rascals personally. I would almost certainly put in Rascals. That would be my route. That would be my route. It wouldn't be like S tier or like Giga as good, but yeah, that's possible. Or you could do this. You could experiment with other cards. I don't think Spirit Empress is that good. I don't think it functions well without Miner. The Miner's getting nerfed, so probably not that great. The more I think about it, I would probably just put in the Rascals and then just roll with that for right now. And maybe a Prince. Honestly, Prince wouldn't be that bad, right? Prince instead of Skeleton King could slap. You just don't have the splash damage, which is nice. You know, it's nice to have that splash damage when you're running Cannoneer. Yeah, I'd probably go Rascals. I'd probably go Rascals. That'd be my route. That'd be my thing. But it's like not as good, especially against all the annoying Goblin Curse decks. Like, I was struggling even with Skeleton King against Goblin Curse. But it depends. Also, thank you again, Brett. Guys, get a lot of love in the chat to Brett. Dude, that was a $50 donation. That's a lot of money, man. All right, so we'll play some other decks that are in the chat, and then we'll probably peace out, Girl Scout. I do have to go to the bathroom, so I think we'll play like a couple more. Also, Sinister Darth Nils, I will play your deck because now I saw that you donated and like you wanted me to play it, and I did not have the actual message of your deck. We'll do this. The next deck will be in the chat, so whatever you guys have in the chat, I'll grab something at random blind. I will be blind and I will pick a deck. But yeah, if you guys want to be the first person that's in these streams that types the deck, every single time I play your guys' deck, no matter what, the first person in the chat, I will always. And then sometimes I get to play more people's decks, but we literally spent like multiple hours on donation decks. I think I played 3 decks total that were not donations, which is not much. I usually try to play more decks that are not donations. But it is difficult to when the stream, it actually took 2 hours for donation messages. That was a lot. It was a lot. All right. Lava Drag. Lava Drag is crazy. Oh, that's hilarious. Bro calls it Lava Drag. Lava Drag. All right, so we have Electro Wizard. We need Ram Rider. We need Barbarrel. Where's our Barbarian Barrel? Oh, it's already in there. We want Lightning. Where's our Lightning at? There it is. And then we want to put in Ram Rider instead of Log, probably. Where's our Ram Rider? This looks like the deck. Evo Snowball, Evo Mega Knight, Golden Knight, Ram Rider, Lightning Barbarrel, E-Wizard, and then Lava Drag. Feel free to swap Lightning for Fireball. Nope, I'm going to play the deck as you suggested. I'm not going to switch anything. So, yeah, I guess Brett wins because Brett suggested the best deck. Just kidding. But yeah, I do think that, dude, I can't believe that Goblin Curse deck was that good. But shout out to Gabriel. Gabriel did have the best deck for sure, and it wasn't even close. Like, it just objectively works the best, and it is the most gimmicky, but also the best deck. Anyway, this deck feels silly cycling this, but I don't want to overspend elixir here. This is going to be a difficult defense, but with Mega Knight and also having Barbarrel, maybe it's close. We're able to stop this. I have to spend a lot of elixir. Why is he bridge battling me with, like, you have to have unbelievable confidence to be able to do that, to bridge battle and just be like, yeah, I'm going to win. But it doesn't matter because, like, even if I have a tower helping out, I actually unironically lose that battle. That's so frustrating. I should have snowballed on the Ewiz too, but then I wouldn't have gotten propelled back to the Golden Knight. That was so frustrating. Oh my god, dude. Playing against someone that has P.E.K.K.A and they bridge battle you is actually so annoying if they have a good situation. Like, it shouldn't be real. Like, that shouldn't happen. In my eyes, as a someone that's played this game for freaking forever, you shouldn't be able to bridge battle and win the game instantly when it's just him having cards that counter. Like, having Executioner and P.E.K.K.A into our bridge spam deck, like, our bridge spam deck just doesn't do well there. It literally is insane how well that worked for him. It's still possible for us to win, obviously, but it's looking a lot worse than I wanted it to be. Hopefully he can't. Like, hopefully he P.E.K.K.A.s. Oh, he's got E-Barbs now. I'm just cooked. If I do this, it does pull them. It only pulls one of them, though, right? Yeah. I mean, whatever. And then I go into E-Wiz. And he's got P.E.K.K.A. and E-Barbs. This is mid-ladder. Mid-ladder and a half. There's not much I can do here, guys. I think cycling the Golden Knight was bad. Maybe I should have just waited until double elixir with this deck because it's so costly. Yeah, I wish I had guards, man. I don't think you can play this with Golden Knight. I think it needs to have guards. Like 100%. This deck needs guards. It always has guards. And you guys saw why it has guards. If you're playing against Boss Bandit, P.E.K.K.A., Elite Barbarians, you automatically lose. This is just cooked. You need guards. Like, if I had guards, I win. I definitely win that interaction to the bridge and I win the game. But I did not have guards, so I lost. Sometimes when you swap out cards in decks, guys, like, you might think that you can make a better version of the deck. But if it's a top ladder deck and you change one card, the card is in the deck for a reason. Like, it should have guards. This 100% should have guards. And also, I shouldn't have cycled anything. But I literally do need guards in this deck. I don't think it's possible to defend that stuff very frequently. Yeah, so you got to swap out Golden Knight, put in guards. Just makes the deck actually better. Like, a lot better. Everything else is fine. You just need guards in the deck. So it should be this. I'll play a game with it. The swapped version. I wasn't going to, but that last game was so fast that I'll just make your deck better and I'll play it because I want to win a game. I'm not going to play a suboptimal version of the strat. I'll play the stronger one. You need guards for distractions. How's pickleball? It was good. I played today with some friends. It was really, really fun. We won a few games, lost a few games, but overall awesome. I love pickleball. It makes me happy. Well, it makes me really, really happy just being able to play a sport. Get exercise. The miner's useless. Like, I'm going to ignore that. That's 3 elixir wasted. And then you have all this other elixir that you have to deal with when you're down elixir. You might just lose. I think I just Ram Rider at 5 and I win the game. I think I Ram Rider at 5 and unironically just cook. Maybe not. Yeah, Ice Spirit Log is maybe going to save his butt because cost efficiency of those cards are crazy. He did Log, so I can go Guards Bridge. This might cook. I think the Ram Rider doesn't hit, but the guards might. I can Snowball as well for more damage. Because it does kill the miner. Getting skeletons as well is cool. I spent a lot of elixir and I'm cycling the evolution, so I'm okay with this. The miner was useless. It did not do much, but he was able to defend, so he's decent at the game. He did drop his Ice Spirit and Log at the same time, though. When you probably want to, like, not stun and knock back at the same time, you probably want to wait a little. Do I not have the Inferno Dragon evolution? I have Snowball evolution. That's a rocket. Oh my god. I was not ready for that. Probably should have expected that, to be honest. I'll just Barbara Little Prince. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, in this matchup, I just cycle Mega Knight, Ram Rider, and then Lightning and win, right? Against lower level players, there's no shot in hell he defends this. I mean, maybe. It's just very hard. It's really hard for me to defend this. In double elixir. That was a good Ice Spirit. If I don't get the lightning value I'm looking for. I'll just take it. Did it not hit the knight because the knight was in the air? Oh my god! Fix your game, Supercell. There's no way. Guys, it didn't hit the knight because it got knocked up by the... That is so stupid. There's no way. Did you guys see that? That's criminal. Oh my god. My own Mega Knight screwed me. It's good gameplay on his end, but holy hell, that was unbelievable. Okay, at least I can catch you with this. This guy's playing super well, surprisingly. I was unfamiliar with your game, bro. Alright, this is too good a lightning value for me to pass up on. Let me just please get damage. I'm not going to Evo Snowball. It's just not worth. That was really good gameplay, though. He's played Little Prince so well. He's actually quite good at game. He's quite good at the game. did catch it. He finally dropped it in the front. Took me a millennium. This is where things get fun because I have lightnings. And lightning does damage. I was really hoping that he would give us better lightning value, but it's fine. He's played this super well. Nice, we caught it again. Let's see how this goes. This could be good. Good Barbarian, obviously. Man, I just have not used the snowball at all. Feels bad. And it doesn't hit. I thought we were gonna hit it. I don't know. The snowball just doesn't do anything there. GG. This is fine. I think I got outplayed here. I think this guy played really well. And also, I don't know why he's playing this deck at lower ranks. What the hell? Why is he that good? Why is he good mechanically at lower ranks, unranked? That's crazy. I don't know who that is or what they're doing or what's going on there, but that was weird. I do think that this version of the deck was a lot better, though. You're able to catch miners and stuff. He actually was phenomenal. What is he doing? Okay, I mean, I don't know. You're definitely better than everyone else at this rank by a lot. Okay, I don't even know. I don't know. He's playing like a really high skill deck at this rank, so he's obviously good at the game, and he's just trying to practice and get better. I think that's the reality of it. Anyway, I'm not gonna play your deck anymore. You should play it with guards. It'll make the deck better, a lot better, a lot better. Also, that guy is really good. I'm super surprised to see someone playing a skillful deck at lower ranks. I don't think I've ever seen that before. But that makes sense why he's not higher ranked. Because if he played like Goblin Giant, P.E.K.K.A, bro would be like, I mean, he has a top 3K finish. He'd probably be like top 1K right now. With the P.E.K.K.A Goblin Giant, realistically. Alright, so Evo Tesla, Evo Lumberjack. So Nirja says Evo Tesla, Evo Lumberjack, Snowball, Fireball, Dark Goblin, Golden Knight, Goblin Gang, Goblin Barrel. I could play that. I'm down to. I mean, you have a win condition. You have two evolutions. I will play it. I read your deck randomly. I was gonna say like no if you didn't have a win condition, but you do have a win condition. You have Snowball, Fireball. Fireball, like the Snowball works really good with Ram-Rider if you can break through the building, and then you have the Ram-Rider like get near them. I just didn't use Evo Snowball correctly. Like I also just did not play that last game well. So that was on me too. Like that guy just played better than me by a lot. Super good player, keeping his little prince alive, and then I don't know. I just don't play P.E.K.K.A Ram-Rider that much, to be honest. So one of those decks I'm not great at. Okay, we have that. Evo Lumberjack is funny. I don't know if that's like a good card to be putting in your deck if you're running bait cards, though. If you're running Evo Lumberjack, you probably want to have cards that actually function with it, like a Ram-Rider. It is really weird to put in an Evo Lumberjack in a deck that's like not Golem or of the sort. Or also, where's the Lumberjack? He's hiding from me. He doesn't want to be played in this deck. Alright, so we want Fireball, Snowball, Goblin Gang, Golden Knight. Alright, I'm glad that we at least have a thick card. Like, whenever you're building a deck and you don't have a card that can tank for a little bit, like, your deck is just going to be bad then. And fortunately, you do have some support cards. I just do wish, you know, we didn't have the Fireball in there or something. Like, I think if you're running bait decks, you're almost always better off having multiple win conditions and not putting in cards like this, because this cycle sucks. You have these 4 cards, and if I'm given these 4 cards and my opponent bridge spams, am I seriously dropping a Goblin Barrel on defense, or am I going in for like a Snowball? Like, I don't want to do that against the Bandit. Like, again, if you're building a deck and I have these 4 cards in my hand and someone bandits at the bridge, I'm not fireballing it. I really sure as hell do not want to go Goblin Barrel. Like, your deck needs to not have the fireball. You need another support card or something, the bait card. The deck isn't great. The deck is definitely not great. It could be improved a lot with also a better evolution. Like, you don't need Lumberjack. It's not really something that's practically that good. I'm going to Lumberjack at the bridge and pray that this guy doesn't have a Tornado. Of course he doesn't. Of course, we also have a really garbage starting hand. Look at my starting hand. Where is my Tesla? And we know one thing is for sure. Bro is about to go and drop the most annoying cards in the game and all in me because he's not good at Clash. He doesn't know how to play Clash. Look at him. Look at him go, guys. I lose. And there's probably like a small chance I'm okay, but not great. I lose. They just lose because I didn't have Tesla in hand. Okay, I'm going to probably win a couple games and then end. I'm just going to play my deck and then win a couple games because we lost a couple games with the other decks that were not as good. Yeah, I'm just going to play my deck for like 2-3 games and then end the stream on that probably, guys. Or maybe I could pick good decks from you guys. I'll probably do that. I'll probably pick good decks from you guys. I'll be a little bit more careful. Win 2 games with decks that I think are good from the chat. And I'll tell you if I read your deck and if I think it's bad, I won't play it. Because it is upsetting to... Well, I guess maybe it's not your fault that I didn't get Tesla in my starting hand, but I do think this deck is not capable of defending these for the most part. Like, it's pretty much impossible for your deck to defend these. Great Goblin Gang, by the way. Like, I'm playing this pretty much perfect. This guy is awful. He is so bad. He literally just dropped his spells in the wrong order completely, and he probably still wins. Oh, no, guys. Like, he literally raged, or he Goblin Cursed the Dark Goblin. That is upsetting to watch that. Straight up upsetting. Hopefully that takes. It's gonna be pretty darn close. Nah, not quite, not quite. But we can go Goblin Barrel with a Lumberjack evolution on the left side and maybe take tower there. So we can Fireball. There's still a chance that this guy loses. He's so bad, man. Also, if you do play these decks, I will call you out. I'll just say you're bad if you're bad. Because these decks are just... These are brain rot. You should never beat me with this, by the way. If you're at low ranks. Like, it shouldn't happen. If it does, then my deck not know how to beat it. Or my deck can't beat it. Okay. You have to start damaging the P.E.K.K.A, honestly. That got pushed closer to the tower, so that's huge. He's dead, I think. Just fireball him. Thank God, dude. I'm going to BM you. I'm going to BM the hell out of you. Screw you for P.E.K.K.A Goblin Giant all-inning. I mean, I know that's how it's played, but like, oh my gosh, dude. He actually Goblin Cursed on top of a Dark Goblin with nothing to kill my Dark Goblin. And he almost won, man. He almost won. So yeah, your bait deck right now, functionally in the meta, having these wimpy cards that like I can't defend. Like, I'm not going to be able to defend with a Snowball, Goblin Barrel, Fireball, and a, like, I don't know, a no Tesla in hand. Like, if I don't have Tesla in hand and my opponent goes P.E.K.K.A Goblin Giant, I am going to give them free Goblin Curse every time. It's not it's a non-negotiable. It's just going to happen. This deck is very bad in the meta based off of that. I want to be like clear. If your deck can't beat that, it probably can't be played. So you need to have Cannoneer 100% to be able to have a shot at winning against that. And you also can't have Fireball. And then you need like Cannon Card or something. And the Golden Knight is cool because it functions as a tank, but doesn't do great against P.E.K.K.A. So yeah, there's certain decks like that. I guess this is one of the decks you have to have a deck built to beat. Like, you need to be able to beat that deck. If you don't, like, your deck just doesn't work. All right, so we'll pick a couple different decks from the chat. Again, I'm not going to play another deck like that, though, that I don't think can beat that. P.E.K.K.A Goblin Giant, Evo. Nah, I'm not going to play that. Firecracker Bats, Goblin Gang Snowball with... I'm free to play. I would appreciate tips. If you're playing Evo P.E.K.K.A Evo Goblin Giant, you should probably just play this version. I will flame you if you play it 100%. But if you're playing like a Firecracker Bats Goblin Gang one with Log Snowball Poison, it's not as good. Like, Goblin Curse makes it good. Without Goblin Curse and Chef Tower, it doesn't work. That's having an overpowered card at high level with a Goblin Curse that removes distractions makes the deck unfair. That's the reason why it's broken, especially with Goblin Machine. If you don't have that functionality, if you don't have those cards, I would not play the deck. Are you top 5K? I don't think so. I think we're unranked, probably. Or like barely ranked. Somewhere around there. I have no idea. Alright, let's grab some others. Evo Mortar, Evo Firecracker, Cannon Cart, Royal Hogs, Bats, Arrows, Boss Bandit, Inferno Tower. I'm not going to play that because you have an Inferno Tower in a Mortar deck when the Mortar is already a defensive building. I'll do this deck just because he says he really needs tips. I'll do this probably as the last game. I will do this just because I'm feeling like, you know, that's how it has to be sometimes. You gotta help people out if they're asking for, if they really need tips. I think that's the strat, you know. I think instead of searching for a really good deck, I was just like, you know what? This guy said he really wants a tip, so I'll help him. So this deck has Skeleton Barrel and Evo Wizard. I don't know what else it has. Well, your deck's not bad. You have Prince in there. You have some quality cards at least. I mean, I haven't seen the rest of it, but we have Prince and Goblin Barrel. A lot of you guys like Goblin Barrel a lot. Like, surprised. It's not that good of a card. As a win condition, it doesn't do as much damage. Maybe at lower ladder, people just forget to defend it, and then they lose off that. Like, I'm not sure, though. I personally don't value Golden Knight that much as well. A lot of you guys value Golden Knight a lot. People be loving their Golden Knights. All right, so we're missing Log and Knight. Why do you have Knight and Golden Knight? Oh, no. That's tragic. You don't need Knight in here. You have so many tanks. You have Golden Knight and you have Prince. Throw in another bait card, bro. And then we have Inferno Tower. Yeah. The strat here is you need to remove that Knight and put in another bait card. Like a Suspicious Bush or something. Or what do we have? Oh, no. We have 2 evolutions. We have 2 spammy things. You gotta get a Goblin Gang in there. Because you have these. Guards or Goblin Gang instead of Knight all day, baby. All day, bro. All day, all day. Then we have an Inferno Tower. I never play, but makes sense as a free-to-play player. The Knight's not a terrible card, but you already have Golden Knight, so you can't have all this. You have too much junk in your trunk. There should be a Goblin Gang, 100%. The deck would be better already. I'm really hoping that my opponent doesn't have Log, because if they Log, they're like Log Snowball, Log anything. If they have double small spells, they're just going to spell my Skeleton Barrel and my Goblin Barrel, and then I just die. I'm going to go Skeleton Barrel early. I'll Wizard here. I think Wizard goes around and kills both. The Princess is, like, pretty annoying. I thought it was not going to do what it did, and it did. Makes me sad. I'll just, like, Knight here. So the Knight is going to be cost-effective here. Going to be good for value for its cost, as all the Redditors say. But I can't really click ability. He's going to bait me. Or maybe he won't. Oh my god, it killed. Let's go, guys. I did not expect him to mess that up. But he went Goblin Barrel, so he's at a low amount of elixir. I think I just eat and then I Prince. Because it's impossible for me to go Inferno Tower and feel good about it. He's going to drop a bait card, and then of course I don't have a bait card, so it's rough. But, hear me out for a second. We can Skeleton Barrel. And then Goblin Barrel. After he logs. He's going to have to log that. 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 He didn't log that. I'm sad. I'm sad. The Knight is going to be more cost effective here. It's going to be cheaper, and it stops him from princessing. This is one of those situations that I think the matchup is definitely in his favor. I have a slow cycle with a deck that does not work as well. That might not even kill. Did kill one. That's pretty good. Does it one-shot the Dark Goblin? Yeah, nice. Didn't know that. Screw it, we ball. I don't think he has elixir. That Valk is actually cooked. That Princess did way more than I should have. Valkyrie is a higher quality evolution than the ones that you have. I mean, Skeleton Barrel is really good, but... Oh, baby. Thanks for giving me that. He wasn't ready. He didn't think I had the fast fingers like that, I guess. You got the fastest fingers, bro. This is degen, but I'll click the ability into a Goblin Gang and then just keep going. We're gonna go right into a Valk though, and he has Princess Splash damage, so it's good for him. And he's got so many big cards, it's just so annoying. Great placement on my end by the knight. Yeah, I thought I'd win this. I don't think I will. Why would you do that? Maybe he will throw. That was terrible. Gave me so much elixir. They'd both die. We just click this and then wizard. Yeah, he's getting cooked. I think I beat him just because he messed up really hard. Not because I played phenomenally, just because he played worse. I mean, actually, the matchup is really bad. I mean, I did play well. I don't know. Did I deserve the win, though? Hard to say. Nice! I can't believe I won that! Bro had Valkyrie Cannon, bro. He should have 100% cooked me. And he had Log with a fast cycle. Yeah, your deck a little bit stinky with that knight, bro. A little stinky with that knight. And the Inferno Tower is dead weight in a mirror matchup like that because it doesn't do anything. I'm not dropping an Inferno Tower on a freaking wall breaker, so it's good against this. But I think Inferno Tower works against mid-ladder decks a lot more, so keep it in there if you want. My thing is that knight needs to get out. It has to get out of here. So yeah, put in guards or Goblin Gang. Ideally Goblin Gang, so you have all this other bait stuff. The problem is, dude, if you try to go Knight, Prince, and then also a Golden Knight all on the same side, and you're trying to do a push like that, you're stacking up way too much crap. If you stack up way too much crap, number one, they get spell value. Number two, they get splash damage value with Princesses, Mega Knights, Wizards, Executioners. Number three, you're really, like, anyone that's good will counter it with either of those two options, and you're kind of building a huge push that's just like, it's too all in. If you're going Prince, Golden Knight, and Knight, those cards literally basically all die to Rocket. The pushes that are big, that are successful, are like Golem with a huge amount of health points, and then it tanks for the support cards that might die to spells and stuff, but the opponent also has to deal with the Golem or the Goblin Giant or the P.E.K.K.A. because they're really robust. The pushes where you stack up a lot of stuff, you have to have spell resistant, splash damage resistant cards or they're useless. Legitimately, if you rocket on the P.E.K.K.A., it does a lot of damage to the P.E.K.K.A., and the P.E.K.K.A. is easier to defend then. So in the later game, if someone stacks up stuff that's near the tower, like a P.E.K.K.A., a lot of times good players will just rocket the P.E.K.K.A., deal damage to it, and deal damage to the tower, and then get away with a better defense because they'll also have that damage conversion on the P.E.K.K.A., so then it's softened up and easier. So a lot of times, like, if it's harder for P.E.K.K.A. players to break through, and they don't really want to P.E.K.K.A. in the back a lot of times, there's free rocket value, you definitely can't drop Prince, Knight, and, you know, Golden Knight together. It's just going to get crushed by spells and splash damage. I mean, obviously, you don't want to spell on top of a Prince and Knight and a Golden Knight, but just think of it from a specific standpoint of if I did rocket that, they'd be killed. Like, if you wanted to splash damage on it, like with that Princess, I'll show you. I did do your push, and it just didn't work, man. Really here. Where was it? Yeah, here. Look at this push. Like, look at how the Princess and the Valkyrie or whatever he does pieces this apart. Like, you would think this would be good because I made a prediction on the Goblin Gang. Like, when I make a prediction and his ammo's out, it should be good. But the Princess, it's actually softening up those units so it's easier to damage down. And it feels awful when that happens. So again, you can't do that very frequently. The Knight doesn't make sense in the deck. You should, like, maybe use the Knight on defense in situations. But if you want a robust card on defense, the guards work really well. Or Goblin Gang, it's up to you. I'd probably put in guards. Yeah, thank you to everyone that's here. I hope that you guys had an amazing rest of your day. And, you know, I appreciate all the support. Like the video if you guys want to see more streams where I do play your guys' decks or more breakdowns on why decks work and why they don't. I just really appreciate everyone being here and supporting me. Love you guys. And check out the pinned comment if you guys want to see a full-length video on an unkillable Golem deck that just got buffed because Astral just buffed Golem. And Battle Healer Golem is going to be so much better. So check that out in the pinned comment if you want a low-skill deck that's really fun, that's more off-meta, that isn't, you know, the standard Goblin Giant Curse Lightning deck that you see everywhere, or Goblin Curse P.E.K.K.A. You know, those are the decks that you see everywhere in the game. Shout out to Gabriel with the best deck in the, you know, stream. for sure. Like, that was the best deck out of all the ones that you guys suggested. Yeah, it was super, super, super goated. Where is it? I don't know where it is. His deck was extremely good. Don't think I have them here. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. The Spirit Empress deck. That was by far the best deck. So if you guys want to copy it, we literally made someone rage quit with Gabriel's deck. Very well constructed. Probably wouldn't change much, if anything at all. And that was the best deck out of everyone suggested today, by far. $5 for more. I'm loving this troll deck. Yeah, I'll play one last deck. Just because you donated, but where is it? Okay, Evo Snowball, Skeleton Barrel, Lumberjack. Last deck of the day, though, for sure. No more, even if donations. Even if donations, we are done after this one, because I do not want the stream to be like 3 hours. I was going for a little bit less than that. So is Evo Snowball? For whatever reason, I'm not great with Evo Snowball. Skeleton Barrel Evo. Okay. I just took that out. That's awesome. Lumberjack, Mighty Miner, Goblin Curse. This seems kind of troll. You were right. This is very troll. Lumberjack. Mighty Miner, where you at? Where you at, bro? I can't believe I got juiced into another one. Roped in there. Dark Prince. I don't like that. I mean, I feel like you have so many ground cards. I mean, that's probably the meme about it, right? You just want pure ground cards all in. Goblin Curse, Goblin Gang Bats. Wait, do you just have Goblin Curse with no other spells? No, you have Snowball, but that's not very immediate. It doesn't do that much. I don't love that. I think if you're running Goblin Curse, it has to be Rage, bro. Like 100% has to be Rage. Or Arrows. Or Zap at worst. Like, it should be something immediate. Snowball is not it, Chief. Put in Lumberjack Evo and Skeleton Barrel Evo, and then put in Rage. Like, that makes it so much better. I'll play your version of the deck, though. Like, definitely need Rage. And then like Lumberjack Evo actually kind of works here. And then Bats. So what I would do, I would remove this, put in Rage, and then put in Evo Lumberjack or Evo Bats. Up to you. I'll play your version. Battle Healer is impossible to use, bro. No, it's not. Battle Healer is not impossible to use. You're using an impossible decks to make it work. If you use Battle Healer with an Electro Dragon and you keep the Electro Dragon alive, it is so broken. It is giga stupid. Check out the video. If you don't know why it works or how it works, check out that video. Use Snowball for the Mega Minion, Mega Miner Snowball combo to lock on tower. Oh, that makes sense. If you want the Mighty Miner to lock on the tower and you use the Snowball to pull the units away. That's cheesy. That works. That is probably part of the entire reason you play it. That's kind of cool. That is really giga cheese. Clicked it pretty early, but it's fine. Oh, Skeleton Barrel. Hopefully he logs. If he doesn't, I'm sad. Probably won't log that. Almost certainly doesn't log that. Unless the skeletons force a log. I don't think so. This situation, we really don't want to go Goblin Gang or anything silly. We want to just split it. This is easy log value. If we split it, he'll log maybe one side, but then we'll get a couple Spear Goblins surviving. We'll see. Yeah, like we got a couple Spear Goblins surviving. Instead of just dropping them in one side, we get something. It might not seem like much, but it's honest work. The skeletons will die. And we don't get a hit. If he goes opposite lane, this is going to be really annoying. I hope he goes same side. We just Mighty Miner that. Alright, we'll just chuck a Skeleton Barrel here. I hope he goes in for a hog and a log. Evo Cannon is mad annoying. And then he logs. Damn, this guy's good. He's not actually bad at the game. But he messed up pretty bad, I guess. Yeah, wow. What the hell? We did more damage than the Hog Rider. Hog Rider. Wait, this guy is really well played. Like, that was smart. He knew that I was going to go Goblin Gang. 100%. And then juiced it as much as he could. Good player. We want to cycle to more Skeleton Barrels. So we're cycling the Mighty Miner in the back to get back to multiple. Ideally. We bypass if we go Skeleton Barrel here. This guy's not playing well now. He's goofing. He's goofing. He's fumbling. You can go Bats. He can't log me. We have no power here. A lot of damage. But maybe it was better to just leave it on the left. Building up big pushes is fun. We also have Evo Snowball, so. That's pretty good. I'll just use it on defense because I kind of have to. At higher levels of play, I don't have the luxury of like screwing around as much. This guy's pretty good. I want to screw around, but I can't. I shan't. Goblin Curse is just so bad unless I get a skeletons from him. We can just use Snowball, maybe. Snowball bats. Unless he goes Ice Golem. I really hope he doesn't. Or probably gets a hit on me. It's fine though. Wait, this is fine. Oh, that could have been so much better. I mean, Snowball still hit, but... We gotta go Giga Aggro out here, don't we? That was such a bad Snowball. What am I doing? This matchup's obviously bad. Winnable, maybe. It's a fun deck, bro, but it's not actually that good. Like it's like it could work. It's just not gonna beat 2.6 if they're good. Evo Cannon, Log, Fireball. Yeah. It's fine. I mean, it's also probably gonna lose a lot of other stuff, but yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll end with one more. I love you, SirTag. Thanks for everything. Yeah, no worries, man. I'll just play Gabriel's deck maybe for last game of the day. Because I did say it was the best deck, so I will play that. I will not play mine. I'll play Gabriel's deck. The last deck of the day. Get that W. Thanks for the $5 though, Nathaniel. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to get the W with your deck. I don't think that your deck does great against Hog Rider decks though. Based off of you literally only having like Snowball Bats or Snowball Goblin Gang. Oh, this is fun. Nice. So we get Giant Skeleton, which is not usually that good, but I think it's good for our deck. Because probably won't have other defenses, right? He'll just use that. He won't use Fisherman and like a building, right? Right? What I always say. Oh my god. You're crazy. Getting wild with it. Bro got fairly frisky with me. If I go Ground Empress, are we okay? I think we don't lose the game, so. I did spend a lot of elixir. That is not ideal. We'll play better right now. We now know that he's crazy. Now know he's crazy with. I guess Goblin Curse, Goblin Stein. Or a Goblin Curse with Goblin Machine is going to be pretty good. We will be leaking a little bit to make that happen, but also go Goblin Giant here. We have double spells, so I think I'm fine. Yeah, we'll just do this. Should be okay, right? Unless we can't kill the Dark Goblins. Not targeting the correct Dark Goblin. That's so silly. That's fine. This is a gimmicky deck from our guy. I thought I was the gimmicky guy. I thought I was the gimmicky lad. I think he's not able to defend, though. That's the thing. Like, it works, but it's hard to defend, man. Like, it's hard for both of us to defend. Because both of our decks don't really defend. They're not defensive decks. Jeez Louise, dude. So obnoxious. I think I cook. Maybe I mistook. Man, I wish I had Curse there. I don't know. Okay, though. I can't complain. Still a lot of damage. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking. Oh, never mind. That's not what I'm talking about, baby. That's cool for a sec. Man, this deck that he's playing is also sick. If you're able to somehow get, like, this entire push going. Oh, that's so annoying. Stop. Did Goblin Giants just kill everything? I was going to say Jabba the Hutts. Here's the Jabba the Hutt. All right, I'm fully focused. We're dialed. We're dialed. I think we probably win now. We'll see. Could have lightning that. Fine. Trying to cycle, you know. Gonna go spam me, probably. Not, then whatever. You're not gonna go skeleton? Yeah, he is. I was gonna say, if we do this, probably cook. That's the skeleton barrel me, probably. The fact that he doesn't skeleton barrel me is insane. There it is. There's that. Want to get some spear goblin damage, ideally. I don't know. I just need a lightning. GG, bro. Good player. I just fully focused at the end, guys. I locked in. I didn't want to lose another game. Woo! That was annoying. I'm going to take a look at that deck, too. I think that Giant Skeleton after the buff is criminal. Like, that is not fun to play into. Holy hell. Giant Skeleton clone. But yeah, as you can see, this deck's defenses are great. Like, against a lot of bait cards, too. You're able to defend, even though I took 1 billion damage at the start. This guy's gimmicky offense worked a little bit, but this deck's defenses are just so good. Look how much damage I took. So I was all the way down to the depths of despair. I used Electro Wizard to pull that back. I didn't have anything for this. He got me in such a bad card cycle. He's pretty good at the game to do that. And then I was just sitting there like, damn, what am I supposed to do? The Dark Goblin clones just cooked, man. That was so, like, sick on his end. It's sickening to see, too. He played that so well. I'm so glad we won, but man, that Goblin Curse was probably not it. I probably should have cycled Zap. I don't know if I had Zap and Cycle there, but I played flawless defense for the rest of the game, so that was good. That was good W's. Came all the way back. That's the downside of clone decks, is if you can't finish off the opponent, they'll just defend the entire time until they W. Wow, that was fun. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Definitely take a look at the pinned comment if you want to see that Golem Battle Healer deck. A lot of people are saying it's not possible, but it is. Golem Battle Healer is really, 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 really good. See you guys later, and have an awesome one. Also, Nathaniel says another $5. Don't like Hog. Thanks for trying it. Dark Prince is actually a miner. Oh! That would have made a difference. Because guess what, bro? The Dark Prince didn't do anything. The Dark Prince literally did nothing. I mean, it jumps over the river and stuff, but the miner would have allowed me to snipe the, it would have allowed me to snipe the freaking musketeers. I would have won the game, I'm pretty sure. At least in that matchup. Maybe not in other matchups. Maybe the Dark Prince in other matchups would have been better. But yeah, the miner in that specific situation, like, it's cheese. I would still use Evo Zap. If you're running miner, so here's something to know. If you guys didn't know, Goblin Curse first, then Evo Zap, and it kills barbarians. That might seem stupid, but that is an interaction in Clash. So please, please, please... yeah, you start using Evo Zap with your Goblin Curses. If you're not doing it, like, it's better than Snowball. Trust. It's goated. Tell me gold stars says Pokehub TCG. I will have a lot of gold stars in the next shows that I'm at. So yeah, I will sell you gold stars. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Seriously, thank you guys so much for being here. After a whole season of getting clapped on it, I'm top 1K. Professor Live, I love you, man. I hope you're doing well. We got to talk soon, bro. If you guys don't know Professor Live, he's actually one of the best Electro Giant players in the freaking world. And I'm lucky that he's my friend, so he helps me a lot. I'll see you guys later. Peace. And check out that pinned comment for the Battle Healer Golem deck.